Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Welcome to the Giant Bombcast, presented by our friends at Deku Deals. I am your host, Jan Ochoa. Joining me, co-captain of the ship. That's right, he's ready to get his hips moving and swaying this Friday because of y'all. Jeff Grubb.
Hello, hi. Everyone who has a new PC and has recently installed Discord needs to go in there and turn off Crisp. It's eating when everyone talks right now. So We'll fix that. I don't think anyone else is hearing it. I think we're just hearing it, but still, yay.
All right. Speaking about crisps, he's the master of all things crispy, all things crunchy. That includes cheese and the potato variety. Dan Reichert.
I'm eating like 60 to 70 of those Market Pantry peanut butter filled little pretzel pockets a day. I've been having like whole meals of those because we got a big jug for Extra Life. And
that's what the food pyramid says. Yeah,
I've had 40 in the last half hour. It's the most snackable thing. Yes.
Speaking about the most snackable thing, he's the most snackable member of the podcast, Jeff Baccalar.
Yummy, yummy. I'm a snacky boy. What can I say? I love snacks. I just do.
And you know what? We love you for admitting that and being brave enough to say that.
Oh, what a brave person I am admitting I like putting shit in my mouth.
Speaking about putting shit in his mouth.
No.
This isn't what he does at all because he's the bad boy of games media. He's not eating shit. He's talking shit. Ma Minati.
I don't want to be associated with poop.
And that's very fair. And you know what? That's real of you. And I'm happy to get that out there in front of everyone. How's it going, boys? Podcasting. I thought yesterday was Tuesday, and I panicked that we didn't do the podcast and that no one told me.
Why did you think that?
I don't know. The days have all been jumbled up. I can't imagine how it is for these three, plus Sean and Kayla, of like what day it feels like.
Yeah, we did the Extra Life stream, which will fuck you up enough, and then I had a bonus day of drinking with Kayla till 3 a.m. So that'll kind of like you gotta taper down. You go 6 a.m., 3 a.m., and now I'm trying to get into a human sleep cycle here, but you still feel a little bit off for a little bit.
Speaking about
I think I'm
Extra
also
Life.
Getting to fight off a cold as well. So it's like, oh no,
sure.
what's happening here? Yeah.
Oh boy. Speaking about Extra Life, congrats to y'all raising over $50K for the kids.
Woo!
Shouts out to the community. Parts 1 and 2 are up on Giant Bomb YouTube. Sans the crystal coconuts, because it turns out people care about the crystal coconuts. But boys, what a chaotic day. Because every time I would tune in, something would be happening, and I don't remember hearing about it at all. Multiple people were in Grimace costumes. Everyone was dressed up as Quan Chi at one point.
Yeah, at times. I was in the Grimace costume as Quan Chi for well over an hour, I want to say, to the point where the one little face window I had to see out of was smeared with Quan Chi makeup. So it was very difficult to see the 300 plus marbles I had to put into that tiny bowl with a teaspoon. And that was just in one go. I had a bonus 100 later on. So over 400 marbles in a Grimace suit. That was quite an experience.
Somebody contact Guinness. That's got to be a record for a man in a Guinness suit.
Without a doubt. Yes.
Yeah.
Why Grimace?
Kayla had a Grimace suit, and I just kind of told everyone that, like, hey, if you got any gimmick outfits or anything, Blight Club suits, anything, bring it, and we'll see if we can figure something out. And then the idea of the Noob Soul evolution really came together once Kayla came to town. And then she was like, oh, I have a Grimace suit. And then just things kept getting piled on top of that. And then wound up
Grimace,
seeing.
you almost killed a man.
Yeah, I would suggest anyone look at my blue sky of the clip of Grimace, which was Mike at the time. And I went in, and it is the closest I've been to being choked out, maybe ever, probably.
Yeah.
I was physically attacked by Mike Minotti in a Grimace suit, and it was terrifying.
When I got the email that the stream got taken down, I didn't put together that it was probably because of the Crystal Coconuts bit. I thought it's because
the violence.
A video of a
Grimace
grown man
murder
in a Grimace costume choking out another man.
Yeah,
of course.
And I've never seen him move faster. I honestly haven't. I don't even know. I don't know if Creaky Legs on that edit sped it up, but that is how it looked in my first person view, although it was like most of my view was purple and moving. I would see like eyes moving around, and then I was being choked.
Now, Dan, I'm not supporting violence or retaliation,
Sure,
That was
sure.
very funny.
but
I was just enforcing rules, but
Well, now, Jan, let me stop you right here.
okay.
Yeah, let's hear about this.
Do you think I just did this out of the blue? You think that this
No.
wasn't a retaliation?
That's what I'm
no.
saying. I was going to ask Dan,
yes.
did you have it coming?
No, I was enforcing rules. I was on the right side of history here.
That you were
I
making
went
up
in.
at the time.
Right.
No,
that is.
no, there was a rule where you had to only move the marbles with the spoon, and Mike was like doing stuff where he was like trying to do little gamey things where he was like kind of cupping his hand around the spoon so he'd have a wider area. Because the tough part is the marbles fall out of the spoon.
Can you explain this more? Because
Yes.
I gotta imagine there's like thousands of people who have no idea
Yes.
what you're talking
Everyone
about.
knows what's happening when you get a grimace and a spoon and marbles together. That's that tale as old as time.
This is insanity.
Okay.
What
So
do
the
you
short version
mean?
is instead of being sent to the noob's hole, which is self-explanatory for those who didn't see it, you now go into the blight box, which $1,000 somebody could pick anyone to go into the blight box, and you have to get into an inflatable grimace suit, which is giant, and go into a room that is filled with balloons and the boppum soppum fucking flippy dippies that you punch. You know, the balloon things that go and back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, little
Yeah, like a punching
sand-filled
bag,
punch
but like-
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on one side of the room is a stool with a big Tupperware bowl, and on the other side of the room is the same thing. One of them's filled with marbles, one of them's not. And for the $1,000 donation, you have to move 100 marbles from one bowl to the other using only a standard kitchen teaspoon.
Physical challenge.
It's Mike walked in and said, "What is this double dare bullshit?" when he first got there, and that's exactly what it is. So the whole point is, you got to move these marbles in this precarious situation in a grimace suit with obstacles, and you got to keep it in the little bowl of the spoon. And Mike was making it larger by cupping his hand underneath it, and thus negating the difficulty. So I went in there.
That was you said no touching spoon with hand. My hand wasn't touching the spoon. I never
no
caught
marbles.
a marble with it. It was just to steady my hand. You never said that wasn't allowed. But sure, make up the rules as you go.
Numerous people were reporting you and talking about the stuff you're trying to get away
And
with.
numerous
So I was
people
just-
said that the coffee mug was a teeny tiny coffee mug for ants.
but then
It's
you
like they
fixed
like
it.
to say things about
It's always
me.
a
I didn't
conspiracy
fix
against
it.
Mikey.
So I was just enforcing the rules, and I went in there to let him know, and he
So
attacked me.
this is a charity thing?
It was a charity thing, yes.
I'm just saying, yeah, I'm just
Oh, that was
making
for our
sure.
own kicks. Yeah, I know.
You know, I'm just making sure, like, to benefit this charity, human suffering had to endure. That
Oh,
sounds.
yeah. I wouldn't
That's how
take it
charity
back.
usually works. Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
take anything back, no.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike,
well,
you all right, Mike? You all right?
Look, I'm fine. Look, Dan almost killed me in a sauna later. If it makes everybody feel better, all right.
How did that? What happened there?
Oh,
Killed him in a
it wasn't
sauna.
good. It wasn't good.
What does
I
that
didn't think
mean? Get more specific.
I don't know. I look. The sauna didn't sound like a good idea to me. I was like, it's fine. It's a sauna. Like, okay. I sat in that sauna.
He wasn't
about 20
clothed, to be
minutes.
clear. He was clothed in a sauna, which is just never good.
It wasn't good.
Sauna.
I got.
How
yeah,
long
I
were you
think
in
I-
there?
I don't know. It felt like a long time for me. I think I lost most of my body weight though in water because it was just coming down like a shower. It was
Ugh.
just rough. I was like, this probably can't. Then like I also realized I'm not going to beat this Mortal Kombat Mythologies level. By the way, Dan's original idea when he approached me was do you think you could beat Mortal Kombat Mythologies in a sauna?
I'm just saying, I'm
look,
talking to someone who brags a lot about being a world record speedrunner of that
You're
game.
number one
so
in
I
the
figured that
world,
was reasonable.
so-
Yeah,
That takes
Mike, you-
practice, Dan.
You should
think
know by
that-
now, Mike. Dan's got a lot of ideas.
He's got a lot of ideas.
He's
And,
got
like,
a lot of ideas.
My problem's like I'm afraid to say no because I think he's gonna think I'm lame and not like me anymore.
Oh my God, you poor sucker.
You say no to everything. What are you talking
You
about?
constantly say no. Let's
No, I
go
don't.
skydiving.
Bullshit.
Eat an apple
Oh,
for
my-
$100,000.
Mike.
Okay, I say
Ugh.
no to the things that are absolutely impossible, and you get upset about.
Skydiving?
Of
Yeah,
all
oh
the
my
things
God.
That's a
to
bad
not
example, Dan.
say out loud. Oh,
Mike, you know what? I respect you. What about that?
I
You don't have
respect
Thanks,
Mike.
Jan.
You don't have to jump into a
Thanks,
sauna
everyone.
for me.
Thank you,
Unless-
everybody. I do appreciate it. Does your
Take
heart
that
rate
part
go up in the
back.
sauna, Dan?
Yeah, it's part of it.
Man, I don't like that.
Yeah, I was in there like 10 hours ago. I was in there for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't like the intense heart rate in there. I was like, this feels
Oh.
bad. This
Oh,
feels
it's
wrong.
great. It's the good stuff.
If you want to catch up on all of the Extra Life shenanigans, all of it is now up on YouTube, as I mentioned. But also, special shout out to everyone that has been part of the Giant Bomb Extra Life team. Shouts out to y'all. A bunch of people streaming last weekend, the weekend before that, raising all sorts of money for the children. So shouts out to y'all. Also, shouts out to our dear friends at maingear.com/giantbomb. Go get yourself a PC. Go buy yourself a good old faceplate. Don't buy Mike's though. It's too specific. Go buy mine. Buy mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Put me on your PC, so I'm constantly watching over you like a good friend that
Apparently
I am.
doesn't respect you that much, Mike. Yeah.
No. I have a respect problem around here. I'm going to start really. I think I have to attack more people.
I would love that.
Dan would admit. I bet he respects me a little bit more since I attacked him.
Fear and respect. It's like
Yeah,
that PS2 game.
Fear and respect. And, folks, I don't want you to fear us, but I want you to help join us. And Grub, how can they help join us and support us?
Yeah, you go to giantbomb.com/join and become a premium member. It gets you ad-free versions of the show, but what it really gets you is the assurance that Giant Bomb can continue to be out here as independent games media, doing what we do, creating fun stuff, creating a home base for you on the internet, for you to enjoy gaming in a way that is familiar and cool and surprising. And we're going to keep doing it as long as we have you at our back. And thank you to everyone who has supported us. We see you coming in there. We see the names on the roster when you join, and it means the world to us. Thank you so much, and we'll keep at it. Thank you.
We're going to keep at it just like Chuck is going to keep at it because Chuck needs help with the Giant Bomb Wiki. He's building us a new site, but he's also carrying over the wiki. If you think you have any coding experience or whatever Chuck language Chuck speaks, which is responsibility and codes, he speaks in terminals through us. Join the Giant Bomb Discord. Go to the Wiki Street Team channel, lend your assistance, or go to bombcast.com/wiki. And I believe that is most, if not all, of the plugs to get out. Oh, you know what? Everyone, put on a jacket because from December 1st to December 5th, the website is going on a site freeze. That's right. You won't be able to log in. You won't be able to add any new articles, edit the wiki. Chuck is hitting the freeze button. And
Mike's going to stick a gun at it and say, everybody freeze. Nobody move.
Everybody on the ground.
Everybody get on the fucking ground. The fucking stick up.
There it is.
There you go. That's right.
No one in the bank would take that seriously. I'm sorry. I just feel like
I respect this. I'll say that.
Dan would.
Sir,
Dan would
this is a Wendy's. You know,
be kissing the floor.
And we're freezing the site because we are hoping to get the new site up and running. So to sync things up, Chuck is going to need to have to do a content freeze. But don't worry, if you are already a premium member and you have the RSS hooked up, you'll be able to watch all of the premium content, ad-free podcasts as you do. As to what an RSS feed is, I don't know how to help you with that. Go Google. Dan, explain to the folks at home what an RSS feed is.
It's how it's a confusing way to describe subscribing to a podcast.
Not quite.
If you have a podcast app, it's utilizing an RSS feed, whatever that means. It's just a way you download. It's like when you go to YouTube TV and you subscribe to a show, they just decide to make a stupid acronym for it.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And folks, if you have not logged into the old website and opted in, what are you doing? You want to lose all that? You want to lose all the fun images you've uploaded over the years? The comments you've made? You want to lose
the music,
yourself?
the moment?
You want to be drowning in mom's spaghetti? Don't do that. That's for Mike Minotti to do. Just log into the website. Please help us out. Help us help you. And once again, thank you for your support. Thanks for Extra Life. Shouts at the Main Gear. Shouts at Deku Deals. Go make yourself a list. Because of Deku Deals, we're going to be... we might be playing Just Dance this Friday.
I think we're probably playing Just Dance, yeah.
It would have to be a tremendous dissent vote happening between now and then, but yeah.
Everyone dissent.
Exactly. But let's, unless anyone has any dissenting opinions, shall we get into games?
How can people vote on that if they do want to change our fate? Do they got to go to dekudeals.com/giantbomb? Is that what it is?
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
You can take a fun little quiz to figure out which one of us you are most like. You can see our top 10 games of the decade as well as some other fun lists. And maybe you could vote for us to play something else besides Just Dance. I'm just saying.
I already bought it now. I actually kind of hope we do play it.
All right. Well, everyone else is fine. Everyone else is good. We fine. We hanging. We clanging.
Yeah.
I know y'all are recovering and
Fanging
everything.
and banging, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still tired. I think Penny's sick. Poor dog too. So
Oh no.
I have to figure that out. She's just very lethargic right now. The poor pupper.
Gang, I over the weekend I had a Bloody Mary, and they put a giant stalk of celery in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I eat that?
You
can.
could.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
You kind of clinch it between your butt cheeks and distract enemies with it. Is what
Right,
you do.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just needed some
Right.
guidance because I was like, oh, this is fun. I like how this tastes. And then it had a gigantic stalk of celery and then like 3 lemons on it. I'm like, I think I squeezed the lemons into this, but the celery, do I consume it?
Maybe a hot take here, but I know the gimmicky Bloody Marys are all the rage. You know, like, oh, we put a whole 3-course meal in here and 6 Slim Jims and, you know, a bunch of candy or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't want that. I don't want a bunch of wet, like, stuff in my drink, really. It just seems like a gimmick. It seems like the place where you go to get a milkshake and all the milkshakes look like they're meant to be Instagrammed rather than eaten. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I want this to be an easy thing. I want it to taste great. But like all those like milkshakes and stuff with like 8 billion things coming out of it, it's like that's because you want people to take pictures of it. It's not.
Yeah,
a
that's
good
just
thing to eat.
plating, right? Or glassing in this case.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes,
it's advert. They know that it's Instagrammable. People take pictures of it. Then other people go to the place. It's advertising, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were also making things pretty before Instagram.
I know,
No.
but it's gotten egregious in recent years, I would say. And like,
Yeah, maybe
I
like-
don't mind a Bloody Mary, but like, I want a Bloody Mary like an airplane style Bloody Mary, where it's just like, here's just red stuff in a cup. You know, like I don't even need the celery. Really. I'm not mad about celery. Just don't go beyond that.
I do like in some drinks that they give you a little snack. You know, a martini, they'll give you some olives. That's fun. I like having that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's the best drink. That's why.
In my quest to become a martini guy, I think I've actually become an olive guy.
Yeah, that just comes with the territory.
I don't know if y'all
You know,
know
Have
this.
you completed transaction though? Have you also become a martini guy or just an olive guy?
I think
That-
if someone offered me a bowl of olives, I'd be more excited for that than a martini.
Well,
Okay.
are you like a charcuterie person? Because that will find its way into olive
He's a cutie
territory.
person. He's maybe not a
we all
charcuterie
know
person.
we all know that. Oh, Dib does that too. The little check mark under his chin all
yeah.
the time.
That's the
Yeah.
Rizzler.
Oh, is it?
Well,
Oh, he's
I saw-
punished.
okay. All right. Well,
I saw
He's
a Rizzler
grounded.
I was at the Mall of America.
never
and I
mind.
saw
We're
a
done
Rizzler
catching up.
shirt.
I don't want to hear about lives.
I want to hear Mike's mall adventures.
I was at the Mall of America. I saw a Rizzler shirt at the Hot Topic, and I almost wanted to get it for Dan.
Oh my God! Hot topic.
Topic?
How?
Incredible
really?
series of words.
Yes,
you
I was at the
lost
Mall
your
of
way.
America. I saw a Rizzler shirt at the Hot Topic. I'm Mike Minotti. All of those things together.
And I want to buy for my friend Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You went there. I think Tom Brady was there when you were there. And what? Cat's Eye? Was that a K-pop group?
Yeah,
or
somebody
yo,
was there
Cat's
for
Eye was there.
Labubu's.
Yeah,
for
he kept
Labubu
telling me
related.
about like long lines and stuff, and I followed the Mall of America on Instagram. And I was like, oh right, Tom Brady and a K-pop group were there. So Mike was there during a busy day.
Were they there
Oh, man.
together?
No.
Yes.
No, Tom Brady was doing some stupid card store opening that he's got.
No,
and then
I
the
saw them
K-pop.
kiss in the Lego store.
There's
Okay.
5 of
Tom
5
Brady
of
and an
Cat's Eye.
entire K-pop group?
Yeah, they were
That's right.
kissing.
Who's
Did
your
you
bias?
know that, Jan?
Huh?
Did you know that Tom Brady's like getting into like cards and shit?
Everybody's
Oh,
getting into cards.
no.
It's the new NFTs.
Yeah.
Mike Minotti,
But I
who's
can
your
hold
bias
it.
from Cat's Eye?
What?
Who's your bias from Cat's Eye?
My
Bias?
bias?
Yeah, we're
I
talking
think I lean a little
K-pop.
to the left.
Okay. All right. Well, never mind. Games.
It's wide and to the left. All right, we're getting more details every week.
Oh God.
Normally there's a segue prepped, but I don't have one. I'm just gonna hit the ground running, just like
Man.
Dan and Grub have hit the ground running with Absalom, and I've joined them because I've finally tried out Absalom. Boys, I don't want to rub it in. 4th run, cleared it.
Oh
No, you didn't. Wait, are you doing solo?
Yeah.
I wonder if they scale it with multiplayer. But
Maybe-
you also watched a lot.
Maybe
Jan.
we just suck.
No, we don't, Jeff. We're doing great. We haven't even tried a run.
We haven't
yet.
even tried it yet. That's the
No,
thing.
no.
Yeah.
Now, look, I
that's
don't
why
think
we
you-
suck.
I don't think you two suck. I don't think you're like savants, but
No.
I do think that like not being able to just do back-to-back runs makes any roguelike a lot harder.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is because
Okay,
you guys,
yeah.
there's so much time in between each run that the information retention is just leaking out of you.
No. Me and Jeff Grubb, you want to talk memory? We are just world-class memory guys.
Steel trap.
Yeah,
Dan,
yeah.
You just messaged us like, did Ganondorf talk in Tears of the Kingdom? No, he didn't.
No, earlier today,
was struggling with that last night.
Earlier today, Dan asks, where are we meeting for the podcast? And we've been meeting in Discord for at least a month now.
I feel like we're still like, it could be mesh, it could be, could be any number of things,
the
Ganondorf thing hit me like a brick last night because like we were talking about voice actors. Oh, because we were just doing Game of the Year talk and we were making jokes about like Ben Starr being and everything. And I mentioned somehow the guy who you brought up some guy. Yeah, is that the Ganondorf guy?
Yeah, Ganondorf.
Okay. Yeah, and you're like, yeah, he was the voice of Ganondorf in Tears of the Kingdom, and I didn't think about it. And then last night I'm just sitting around and I was like, wait a minute, Ganondorf didn't talk in Tears of the Kingdom, and I was thinking like, well, he does like laughs and like battle grunts and stuff like that. And you guys told me there's just full cutscenes of him talking, and
and they're good.
Yeah.
Good game.
Full sentences.
Yep.
Full like English sentences.
In the very beginning of the game, especially, it's pretty heavy on that.
Huh.
You know, Zelda talks in that game, right?
I do remember Zelda talking, and especially because like that was Link, go do a thing, like she does that a lot. But Ganondorf just like a lot of that stuff, That's
you were thinking of Ocarina of Time, Dan.
Well, I frequently am, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
no, I don't remember. Like, is it back and forth with a Ganon? Well, Link doesn't talk, so no, that wouldn't be the case,
Zelda and Ganondorf talked. Yeah, Link doesn't talk still.
Yeah, or Ganondorf and like Raru or something like that. Yeah,
Raru. I don't like saying Raru.
Raru's a tough say. Yeah, I agree.
Man, no, I didn't know. No, chat says Dan skipped cutscenes. I never skip cutscenes. I never, ever skip cutscenes. I just don't. None of the information penetrates.
No, you only skip victory scenes in Lego Party every time because there's a prompt. Yeah.
I don't know if the one over Extra Life was accidental. But Absalom, holy smokes. This game fucking bangs. I know that y'all.
So good.
There's plenty of footage now of you two going through it. But when I unlocked Cider, Cider is the female character with like the extendo arm. Holy
Very
shit.
good things about that character. Yeah.
Is that your favorite?
She is absolutely my favorite. I don't think I've ever felt cooler in a video game than I have playing as Cider. And there's builds with various roguelites or action-adventure games, like in a Devil May Cry 3 specifically, where there's moments where you don't hit the ground because you just have a infinite combo going, and you are still punishing a dead enemy. That happens all the time with Cider, and I think the thing that needs to be shouted out about Absalom is that you can stun a boss, right? You can... The bosses are pretty much susceptible as all of the other enemy characters. Like if you juggle them, they'll be juggled. And if you stun them, they'll have like a little bit of a stun that you can completely get through a phase and rinse them in a couple seconds. I had a build with Cider eventually where as soon as I hit them with my extendo arm, which was her special ability, the enemy would be shocked. Also, the clashes in that game, which is like the kind of their version of a parry, absolutely amazing. I had a power-up where as soon as I would clash with them, the enemy would just explode.
And that's the Y. There's the dash one and there's the Y one. You're talking about the Y one, right?
The Y is the big attack parry.
Which is like your heavy attack, and once you hit them as they're hitting you or supposed to hit you, like it'll do a parry. And I cannot sing enough praises about this game just because it just feels so good. It looks very good. I think they've nailed the progression mechanic because I thought originally you were just going through the bottom part of the map, and I thought the top part of the map was just meant for like, oh, that's just maybe we'll have DLC. Nope. Instead of your ship going all the way to the right, your ship is going to go up top this time. And the different types of boss battles and the different little secrets, I like how they have used the mission mechanic of like, hey, you got to fill up this this coal thing or this furnace, and you'll have to check up on it your next run. You're not going to be able to do this run. So I like how it incentivizes you to keep going and keep playing the game. I think if you two had the ability to instantly replay and instantly do a run, I think y'all would have beat it by now.
Yeah,
I do
but
think
like
it's the type of game we're good at. Like,
Yeah.
me and
Oh,
Rob,
totally.
like,
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It does. The one thing I do kind of struggle with is like maybe this is exacerbated with 2 players, but like a lot of times during the like where there's a ton of ads and a boss fight and stuff, I'll be like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah,
You know,
I
but
lose track of my character every once in a while for sure.
yeah. But no,
Yeah.
we'll beat it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You two have the dwarf and the elf. You have the
Mhm.
frog as well.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
haven't
I
put
did one
everyone.
run with the frog and one with Cinder, and like they both seem cool too. Or did I do a Cinder one? I can't remember. No, I don't think I was fully able to upgrade
Cider.
Cinder. Cider. Okay, but I should try that out. Yeah, those characters seem really fun. Like Grub getting the like dwarf rocket thing. Where you
Rocket
just keep-
Dwarf.
Rocket
you know,
Dwarf, yes.
You know how it's pronounced cider? Because if it's tangy and brown, you're in Cider Town.
Cider Town.
Yeah. Look, Jan, 4 runs is faster than I did it. So I mean, I think maybe you were just good. Maybe you're an Absalom's ad.
You were gonna say slut. You were gonna say
No,
slut.
no, let him go.
Yeah.
He's got something. He's got something.
I already said savant earlier. What's another good word
him time,
for like
give him
something he's
time.
really good at?
We're not gonna move
Give
on
him
with the
time.
podcast.
An Absalom adept. That's what I want. You're an Absalom adept.
I would have taken slut. That's fine. But thank you, Mikey. Mike,
You're welcome.
Here's my pitch. You and I launch a competing series called "This Is Actually the Run."
Oh, that'd be really fun.
I think we
That-
just
I would
started
love-
now. We
I would love
finished it
that.
before.
That'd be very funny. Yeah.
We'll be Cider and the Frog.
Uh-huh.
The other two.
It'll be the
That'd be
side
good.
quest.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that'd be good.
Are
Are you? There is a lot of like post game stuff that I didn't really dive into. Are you interested in any of that, Jan?
I kind of am, but I think I had enough. I had a satisfying feeling of completing a run before these two were able to. And again, it's because
Wow.
I'm able to just repeatedly do a run over and over again, and I don't have to deal with the mess of losing my character because this is the only character. But in terms of the scout, please. In terms of the post game content, I am curious because I do want to see how vast the skill tree and the power ups wind up going. I love the bubbles too, Mike. You get into the bubbles.
Oh,
I had some bubbles. The bubs were helping. There's some spicy bubbles. I'll tell you what.
And how the bubs will synergize with some of the other elements. Very fantastic. I like the
Mhm.
tornado stuff as well. The fire stuff's great.
the proximity sparks, like all that stuff. The
gosh.
thorns. I love the thorns.
Good.
I couldn't really get into the thorns. Am I?
Ooh,
Mm.
you can get them pretty strong, and then also where it's like every time you do X, like 3 thorns come out.
They
So
just
suddenly
pop
you'll
all
have
over
like
the place,
20,
yeah.
and there's a boss just like bah, 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 just fucking them up. It's great.
Okay. All right. But the boss battles in this game really, really well done. Sometimes I feel like in a beat 'em up game, the bosses are kind of like too big and like they don't quite fit into the world, and it just feels a little bit boring. Here, they actually feel like good set pieces, and I love it when a boss character will be using the same types of abilities that you can use, and that shit just hits on a different level.
Yes.
And the animation for everything is just like the design of all the bosses, just all the attacks.
That's
It's just a beautiful game.
Beautiful.
I do appreciate, like you were talking about exploring the map, Jam, but like even just like the tiny little secrets or like the character comes along and say, hey, there's a little bit of mist over here. Let's go over here. Just all those things where it's like, oh, there's more to this world than I realized. And kind of finding those things makes each run feel cool and different.
I did get a lot of information from watching you guys, so I knew to hit the mast at one point on the ship to get the dude and all this other stuff. So I did learn from you two. So there we go. The run will continue on, folks. Do not worry. Speaking about very pretty looking games, Mike Minotti, you played this last night on Mega Man. Dan, it looks like you've been playing this as well. Luminous Arise.
Yeah. I have actually not been much of a Luminous guy before.
Same.
Like when that first one came out on the PSP and it seemed like it was the game everybody really loved, I was kind of like, I don't know if I get this or completely understand what's happening here. I like other drop-down puzzle games. I like Tetris. I like Panel to Pawn / Pokemon Puzzling and Puyo and all that stuff. But I liked Tetris Effect a ton just for the aesthetics and the vibe. So knowing that I was going to be getting that basically again with this made me excited for it anyways. And I was just learning more about what I should actually be doing in Luminous. And I was having more and more fun the more I played it. It still doesn't click with me in the way that a Tetris or a Panel to Pawn does. It's like I feel like I have like 2 layers understood, like strategy wise, when I'm missing like that 3rd layer, like that 4th layer of like things I should be thinking about when I'm making these squares.
I mean, don't overthink. Like, I hear a lot of people talking about the like writing the line thing, like the timeline. Like, don't overthink that, because that's never how I've thought about it, where it's like, oh, I got to be dropping blocks right behind the line every time. It's more of just a speed thing and just generally building stuff to the left of the line. You don't need to hug right up against it. You just need to like set a bunch of things up so the next time the line goes across, you're getting, a 16x or whatever combo. But yeah, don't overthink the line part of it.
Yeah, I think that kind of helped. It also helped a little bit to like wait, because like at first I was maybe going too fast, so waiting for the line a little bit was giving me more opportunities to make the bigger squares. But the awesome stuff here is just like Tetris Effect, like the way it is playing with the music. Like each time you move, there's like a little note, and there's different songs, and each song has a completely different aesthetic. Like the blocks themselves will change. There's always like 2 kinds of blocks, right? So at first it's just like a red one and a blue one. Then eventually it's like egg and feathers, because it's bird themed, and there's kind of amazing music that's going everywhere from kind of like soulful or EDM or kind of just sort of blissful, soothing to rap, but it all somehow is connected and fits in a really interesting, fun way. There's also this burst mode in Tetris Effect that's something similar, where basically you can it's almost kind of like your recovery tool, because you use it and you can sort of make like a very big clear. Also a little confusing, and I don't still entirely understand it, but I kind of got to the point where like, all right, if I sort of just drop stuff and they're kind of touching, I'll make some very big squares here, and that's good.
Yeah, right. There's like certain like thresholds where it turns into a full square. Like you want to have like, let's say it's blue and orange, and blue is that nucleus or whatever. You just want to hug as many of those blue blocks next to the nucleus of blue as possible.
I don't know what makes the orange though like go to heaven for a little bit.
I think there's a certain threshold where it's like when you hit a certain thing, it's like, okay, we're gonna knock all the other ones. Like if there's oranges hugging it, boom, we're gonna bump them to the top. Then you can keep kind of making that square, that nucleus bigger and bigger. And then when it ends, you get all the points for the blue, and then all those oranges that you shoved up there rain down. And then you can throw a bunch of shit on there again. Like if you one of those cross things that connects to one color, like, that shit's great.
Who are the little dudes that pop out after you
They're like Loomies? They're like Loomies? I don't remember those from the original.
They have like names above them. They have like online tags.
I think they are other people. Yeah.
They've been there the whole time?
Yeah, they've been in wait for us to release them. I think it's just some cute way for them to make the game like online.
A little more connected.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I've done some online battles, and people are good online.
I should wait for the burst until I have one of those cross things, because I'm just like now getting to the point where when I'm playing it, where I am like looking ahead to another piece a little bit, and it's like, oh, okay. So there's a thought right there. If I did that and did the opposite color, I could wait and get one of those cross things. So when they all come back, I can just destroy them all. That would be awesome. Okay. There's a new strategy I learned. I'm playing in VR. Any of you guys playing in VR?
How?
With the MetaQuest 3 connected to my computer over Wi-Fi 6E.
Oh, you're doing the Steam VR Link thing?
Yep, works perfect.
Okay, I should try that.
It works perfect, and it's remember Tetris Effect and how that felt when you played it in VR. If you ever did, this does the same thing. I think that it's perfectly acceptable to play this game on a screen, on a handheld, whatever. Like it's going to have similar effects, but they do build these games with VR in mind. That's something I think Mizuguchi probably was always thinking of VR, even long before he was making VR games. I know like Mark McDonald's over there, and he's a big VR evangelist as well. And they did a good job of sort of just enveloping you in that sound and those feelings, and it's the effects that they do of having the playfield back up and kind of moving more into your face as things are getting more intense. It's even more subtle in VR and even more affecting. It's working there. That I will try to continue to play through that story mode, which I think I got about halfway through last night until I finish that up in VR.
It's tough. I mean, I'm pretty good at Luminous, and like I'm on the end of just normal on the journey right now, and it's like, okay, I'm failing a couple times here. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, these games like they had that thing where if you fail, you could push continue, and then you're on the segment you were with no blocks again.
Yeah,
so
you hold B while restarting Super Mario Brothers. Yeah.
Like you can kind of eventually brute force. You like lose points, and your
I'm okay
score
with that.
is worse. But yeah, you can brute force it.
I'm just trying.
I don't give a shit about my score.
Yeah.
I just want
I got to try to S rank everything. Yeah, otherwise I'm not.
I'm so far away from S ranking this game. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still don't know if I'm good Like I definitely have seen improvement where it just kind of clicked. I don't know what that's about. And then I had been progressing pretty quickly. But yeah, I just want to see all the levels. I want to hear all the music. I want to do all the things. And then I think after that, I'm going to be done.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. There, I got to a point when they eventually ported Luminous to the PS2 where I locked the fuck in and it was cracked out. I have yet to achieve that in Luminous Arise because I think it is too visually overstimulating where I am just getting lost in the sauce. And that's not a discredit to the game. I really do enjoy the visuals. But like, wow, does this game get really, really busy?
Yeah,
Jan, I think you're goated with the sauce.
Phase rug.
Audio listeners can't
This
see
game
it.
is a must cop.
My friend
What the fuck is
Alexa.
happening?
Oh, you didn't
haven't
see the
seen
best
ad.
video game commercial ever, or the best Alexa Plus commercial, or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it is?
No. What is
That's
that?
rough. It's like 30
It's like
seconds
somebody
long.
from the FaZe clan. You know, the FaZe clan.
FaZe
They help
Rug.
Batman.
I do-
Known
What the-
gamer.
I do know, yes, famously Batman
it's Rug.
phase group, phase clan.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
I
just
know
like
them.
it's an Alexa commercial where this guy's just playing games. And he's like, "Oh, Alexa, like how many kills was that?" And she's like, "Oh my," is like, "Oh yeah, that was like a lot of kills. You're really cool." And he's like, "Haha, yeah." And then Alexa's like, "Yeah, you're coated with the goat sauce." or
You're
You're goated. You know what's so sick is like I love that so much because it's a commercial, presumably, yeah.
yes, it is. Yeah.
Yes.
That is like literally made for nobody.
Well, have you seen the
exactly.
Pete Davidson one?
It's made for the chief of marketing at
Yes.
Amazon.
I
Yeah.
guess who can like brag to
Wait,
his other
is
Silicon
Pete
Valley asshole
Davidson
friends that like
in phase.
No, Pete Davidson's in Alexa Plus's pocket, and he's like, "Hey, should I change my name to Peter?" And Alexa's like, "I don't know." It's like it's a bad commercial. It's really weird. And he's like, at the end, he's like, "I guess I'll just stick with Pete Davidson." I'm like, what are you doing? What is this?
it's so bonkers. Nothing. It's for no one. It's for no one. No one exists in the world that would be like, I'm now impacted by the thing I just saw.
And then he's
So,
like,
like, the-
Alexa, should I send my Get Good gift again? He's, sure,
Yeah.
sending, a 20-pack of Kleenex to
no, she's like,
Steve or
well, how
whatever."
about this time send 1,000 tissues to him? And it's like, okay, wow. So this is all about how maybe Alexa might upsell you on Amazon. That's what you're getting at here. It's
For your
bizarre.
esports feuds.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate all of this.
Good idea. Best of luck, Amazon. Hope you knock it out of the park
Boy,
with that shit.
Commercials
Sounds
are just
great.
getting worse. And I know they're commercials, but they're getting really bad. Huh?
Uh-huh.
Were they ever good?
Coca-Cola.
I'm trying to think if they were ever
Yeah, the
actually
Fruity
good.
Pebbles Christmas one was good.
Yeah. Like look, it's
Budweiser
like,
frogs.
Uh-huh.
like Coca-Cola with that kid who gets the jersey from that football player. That is much better than the AI Christmas commercial.
What about when one of the
Yeah.
Jenner sisters ended war and racism with the power of
Oh, that was-
Pepsi?
That was
That's
powerful.
forgetting.
that was sick.
We used
They
to have
didn't
more
fix that.
racism until Pepsi.
Cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is we overcame
even-
diversity.
Even the Super Bowl ones have been so bad the last.
Oh, yeah.
Every
decade.
fucking Super Bowl commercial now is like, here's
Famous
8
person.
random celebrities, and here's Jason Momoa and the Scrubs
Right.
guys dancing around with the Monopoly dudes. Like, what the fuck is this?
Or it's always like, we're bringing Back to the Future as a commercial for Duracell. It's like, well, that's,
Big
that was it.
Lebowski is like, fuck.
Yeah, I got really sad when Bruce Willis was doing a lot of those like commercials, and you could tell he was not completely cognizant because he was doing stuff for like a Russian car battery for a second.
right.
Am I imagining that?
There was some elder abuse going on for sure.
Yeah, too much elder abuse, and not. Never mind. There's no fun way to phrase that. Anyway, going from something that feels icky, like being coated in the goat sauce, to a game
Oh, gross.
that is dripping in swagoo. We talked about this at length a couple months ago when this came out, but Shinobi Art of Vengeance, I've finally gotten the time to check this out. I know, Dan, you were very into it. I know Sean is very into it. Gang. Holy shit. Game feel good. Game look good. I like that it's a very straightforward progression of like, go find like the hidden object so you can unlock more moves, scrub. Because then like once you do that, wow, this game just sings. I thought Prince of Persia felt really from last year, or Game of the Year last year, felt really good. Lost Crown. This doesn't quite feel up to that level, but it is still a fantastic feeling throwback game that takes everything that I really enjoyed from the original Shinobi games on the Genesis and modernizes it in such a way that it it lives up to my imagination and my rose-colored glasses from the past. Also, Joe Musashi, A, fantastic name for a ninja, and B, one of the coolest looking ninjas in video games. Like
That
the white and red.
Striking. Yeah. It's cool looking. Like a sexy ninja nurse.
Wait, what?
What? Huh?
Like hello, ninja nurse? Is that what?
Wait,
what?
What?
Yeah, because nurses wear the white and the red.
Oh,
No,
Ninja
that's
nurse?
okay.
Okay.
That looks like a nurse.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, if you have yet to
Chat
check
agrees.
this out, then I highly suggest you do before Game of the Year season fully ramps up. But before we get to the rest of the games, I want to take a quick temp check.
Nothing sexier than just clothing covering every inch of skin.
Hey, some people are really
This
into that,
much.
Dan. Some people really into that.
Yes. Yeah. CFC.
What do you got going on under there? Yeah.
Damn, Backlar just dropping the acronyms.
You like that?
all the Susio people out there, all of you just perked up after hearing Backlar mention that. You sickos.
CFC.
You're at work. What are you
Yo,
doing?
CF's in chat. CF's in chat.
I want to take a quick temp check. I know that there is a couple more games coming out on the horizon, Metroid Prime 4, of course. But where are we at with our feeling of completion and progress towards the end of the year? Is there like a loose thread y'all are hoping to tie up before we get to deliberations?
I feel pretty good. I am beginning to feel like I should try Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 at least a little bit.
I might go back to that. Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that. Like I haven't started Tactics, and I feel bad about that. I don't, it is still a remastery/remake thing. I don't know if it's going to be like in my top 5, no matter how much I like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yote is kind of the thing. Last night I was playing Yote. I'm near the end of that, I think. So I like the story and I want to see how it winds up. So it's going to be high on my list as well. So I definitely need to finish it. But yeah, there are certain ones, like it's been nice when it's like certain ones that I don't feel the pressure to play, where it's like, I feel like Outer Worlds, I like the first one a lot. I played through it and I probably will play through 2 at some point, but that was one where I kind of was like, all right, what I'm hearing about this game, I don't think there's any chance it's going to crack my top 10. So I put that one on the shelf. Going to focus on Yote. Metroid won't be in contention for this year. So Yote is my big one, and I'll beat that soon.
Dan, do you think some of us should try to finish Death Stranding 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I mean that's a good game
that's
right
the
away,
one
but
I'm
like
thinking about
I
the
think
most,
it's a lot of the stuff that happens near the end is the stuff that I'm like, oh my god, this is just like some real peak Kojima stuff going on here. The ending is fantastic of that game. So lot better than the ending of the first one. I mean, that game was just better in every way than the first one, but I love the last 4 or 5 hours of that game more than any other part of that game.
What's the total clock time of that one?
Oh fuck! I mean,
it's a big one.
Well, fuck! I played 30 hours in Japan, and that was just the first like half, or what was the first third? No, I would guess 50 hours.
Oh.
Now, Dan, were you like gallivanting at all, doing like side stuff or like restarting?
I wasn't
stuff?
rushing.
No,
I wasn't. I was somewhere in between. I definitely wasn't rushing it, but I wasn't 100%ing it. I was just playing it at a natural pace. Yeah.
110 from you, person in chat. What?
Yeah, but I remember Brad and Vinny talked about they were like around 100 hours. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll cancel my Disney vacation and play Death Stranding 2 instead.
I think that's a great idea.
Wait, Mike, you're going to Disney on vacation?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Also, that 35 is doable. 40. Okay. Bro, I know Brad and Vinny are mentally ill with the amount of time.
Yeah, they were doing their thing. Yeah, they were doing the Brad and Vinny thing.
All right. I really do want to play it just because like I'm thinking about OD, which has maybe nothing to do with Death Stranding.
Probably
but I don't know. I just want to give this freak a chance.
It's man, the ending is so fun.
Is it?
It's just fun. Like the first one was just opaque and ponderous and didn't make any goddamn sense. This one, of course, it doesn't make any goddamn sense, but it's fun. It's like fun wackiness.
Fun in the way that like it's a game that is fun to play. where
It's
I
fun
did
to
not
play,
have
but
a
also
lot
the
of that.
stuff you're looking at and everything near the end is just like, oh man, they were just having a fun time making this thing.
I bounced off Death Stranding 1 because I was just
You
mostly
respected
bored.
yourself. Is
Yeah,
what
I was
happened.
like, I got so many better things to be doing with my time here. And I feel like the opposite is true, not just in quality of life improvements, fidelity improvements, but also fun improvements. So
Wait, so you're saying you were finding improvements in 2?
that's what I've been told. I've not touched 2.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
no.
Like the stuff you're getting, like the coffin board and stuff, really makes a lot of that stuff at the end when you're like going up and down these mountains.
Coffin board.
Oh,
It's like a
Bacalar.
snowboard with a coffin. It is a coffin that is a snowboard. And like when you're going over these snowy mountains near the end, it's just a snowboarding game at points. It's fucking great.
Why has no one ever thought of that before?
Yeah, I know.
Why was
and
that
you can
not
put
in-
corpses in it too.
I mean, it's
Why was
right
that
there.
not in
It's
Cool
so obvious
Borders?
when you hear the term coffin board. Yeah.
Have you heard of the
Yeah.
game Gungrave, Bacalar?
Yeah,
Oh.
I have.
Okay.
All right. Well, look, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna try and touch this. I'm gonna try and touch it. I'm just I'm touching things now. I'm touching games more specifically. I'm touching a few games. So we'll get some touches.
It's coated in the goat sauce.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. God, I hope y'all's didn't come coated in the goat sauce, and that you could just check it out.
Quit saying stuff.
You could just check it out
Come
normal
coated.
styles. But Dan and Mike, y'all have checked out and messed around a little bit with the Analog 3D.
We all kind of messed around with it a little bit at over Extra Life, which Sean really leading the pack with teaching us some like Mario 64 speedrun skips and stuff like that, and teaching us all how to clip through walls.
He's coated
yeah.
in the goat sauce, right?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Listening.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing is great. It's really, really cool. Like, I think it is great if you are not like, look, I don't think any of us on this call are, Mr. Digital Foundry or anything like that. We just like to play
Not
our
me.
Nintendo 64 games on a big TV with no input lag. And that's what this is doing. It's just making it really sleek, like the actual like hardware itself, like from the controller to the console itself. It's really just like, it's shorter than the N64, but it's got all that same kind of form factor going on. And the input lag thing, Grub and Sean, you were noticing a little bit via the Bluetooth, like the new controllers, the wireless controllers. But we also had, to be fair, 8 million things going on in that room at the time for
Yeah, it was
Extra Life.
that it happens over distance too. So we were sitting pretty far away from it. That'll happen.
Yep, but luckily, I mean, it also has the ports up front where you can just plug in an original 64 controller, and it's just like immediately fixes any kind of issue with input lag. But I am finding, like, I played some last night and everything, and I am not noticing input lag with it.
Yep.
But everyone kind of notices that at different levels. But it's so cool that like you can do hotkeys on the controller to switch between like the PVM, CVM, CRT scan lines, and then just like the clean look. The new controllers, you can just do it with the like dedicated analog button and the D-pad, but they also have hotkeys you can do with the like original 64 controllers, where it's like, okay, I think it's like Z and start or something with the D-pad or something along those lines. So in game, you don't have to like back out to a menu or anything to switch between all these different modes. And then if you want to go deep on this stuff, like, Sean was really going in there and tweaking, like, okay, I'm going to turn on deblur, but turn off anti-aliasing. And then you can just force the original hardware to make it exactly as intended. And then he was doing things to like make it look like a PlayStation game, basically. It's not harsh changes to the way it looks, but like
It's noticeable though.
What a
it
little
is noticeable.
freak.
Oh, he was
Parentheses
going deep on
positive,
that
of
stuff.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can do by game settings where it's like, okay, so for Turok, I like to have these things set to this level. But with Mario 64, I just force the original hardware. You can turn on and off the expansion pack, things like that. You can, with a hotkey, switch between Rumble Pack and Controller Pack, things like that. Lots of cool little like UI things where it's like if you put a cart in there, it will add it to your library, which is kind of your main screen. So like right now, I look at the top and I see GoldenEye, Star Fox, WrestleMania 2000, Mario 64. And you can just kind of go between them, see your playtime and all that stuff on it. And so as you add games, it kind of fills out that library. But you do need to put the card in each time. It's supposed to work with things like, there's those cards out there that like, you
EverDrive,
put in-
yeah.
Well, yeah. So like the EverDrive, I have the X7 and I put that in and it popped up on the library as like unknown cartridge. I was not able to launch it. It sounds to me like I was talking with Analog about this, and it sounds like a thing that would need to be like compatibility. It's on EverDrive basically, where they would have to like do some sort of update to make that work. I did hear about summer carts, so I should have a summer cart arriving like today or something because I want to test that on there. Because I would love to have just an ease of use cart that I can like a multi-cart thing and not have to swap them out every time. But
of course, yeah,
it is supposed to work with those. Some of those might need updates or something, but yeah, right now I'm just using actual original carts and it's fantastic.
They eventually released jailbreaks for these things where you can just load off an SD card, but that usually comes later, and sometimes there's a pretty big delay. So don't get this thing with that in mind right away.
Well, yeah, even stuff like the Analog Pocket, didn't it take? It took months, if not longer, for like the actual like
the Open FPGA stuff. Yes,
yeah, like that's very much later, right?
I remember because before that they had the Game Boy Player stuff where it's like you could the Game Boy Studio stuff maybe it is where it's like you can make your own games. And people are like, well, what if I just took this game and put it inside one of those shells, and so you could boot up stuff from there, and then that was a workaround until the Open FPGA stuff happened. So yeah, it'll take some time. Yeah.
So you're saying that people go ahead.
Are you using an N64 controller?
I've been using the 8-bit do ones. Like they are. I think they're great.
Yeah, I can run there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean those started coming out like a year ago or whenever.
Those are neat.
Yeah, they feel great. Yeah, just that kind of standard form factor, but the buttons and the sticks and everything feel very much like.
Right.
Yeah, like if you close your eyes, it basically feels exactly like the buttons outside of the weird pitchfork.
And like I tried it with like, because like when I was using mine, I did No Mercy, which is a D-pad game. Then I did Chameleon Twist, which is an analog game, and like both of them just felt very good, very natural. But yeah, like this thing is just so easy to use. Like I have a RetroTink, and I love that, and it is a way for me to play Nintendo 64 on modern displays. There's a lot of options in there, and a lot of them I don't understand. So every time I'm kind of going on Google and just finding out what I'm supposed to do. With this, it was much easier to just kind of plug and play, basically. And there are those options to dive into if you want to be a sicko about it. You can do some neat things, but it really is just like, this is just a modern Nintendo 64, and it just kind of works like that, and it's super easy to use. And the input lag thing for me, like I wasn't noticing it in any real way when I was playing just in my living room with a Bluetooth controller.
Yeah, if you're close enough, you're not gonna. And like Sean said in chat, it's like it's dropped inputs, and that happens across every device on Bluetooth if you're far enough away.
And actually, yeah, you could just also use a normal controller. So I think it's super neat. I am super into it. And it was just kind of wild to me just be in my living room on this big TV playing, Chameleon Twist, right?
That's my next question, Mikey. What 64 games are you actually playing? Because I think that console, I have the largest blinders on that console.
Same.
And I have a new gadget here that I've loaded up with some games, and I just sort of scroll through them all, and I'm just like,
Super.
It's funny. I've been looking at reviews for this, and I'm like a little amused by how many, like the one negative point they have is like, I don't like these Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to hate. I just feel like there's a reason maybe I never had one of these things.
There's just different types of people out there, aren't there?
I mean, it was the console to have if you had friends at the time. I played so much multiplayer stuff on this thing.
Yeah,
it was
a lot of
players.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Mario Kart,
Mario Party, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, the wrestling games,
Bomberman 64.
Like you're gonna want, your Wave Race 64, like 1080, which are like really good and aren't actually improved upon in like any future games, really. Like with an Ocarina of Time, like I should play the remake, and Wave Race 64, you just actually want that. There's stuff like Rogue Squadron, Episode 1 Racer is a ton of fun. Even Battle for Naboo, right? Let's have a battle on Naboo. Weird things like Space Station Silicon Valley and Body Harvest, which are kind of strange, sort of more open kind of games.
Blast Core.
Blast Core was a super fun one. Like even like weird relics of like that incredible Rare era, like Jet Force Gemini. They made a third-person sci-fi show.
Yeah.
What is
Diddy
that?
Kong
like?
Racing. Chat brings up best version of Blitz. I agree. That first Blitz on 64 is my favorite one.
Oh, I remember that.
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah. There's plenty of
adventure
games.
Racing.
Yeah, plenty of good
64 is
games
great.
on 64.
Yeah.
No, there sounds like there's 2s and 3s of games I should really check out.
We gotta play Glover. You gotta love the glove.
No, actually, you don't. We've looked back at that, and it turns out you do not, in fact, have to love the glove.
JR said differently.
I also have blinders for the N64 because my mom didn't like how the controller looked. So she was like, we're not going to get this.
It does have a penis. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, really?
Controller.
There was like controller bias? I mean, I remember.
Some people are weird about the 64 controller. I think it's one of the best ever. It's a top 3 controller ever.
I remember back in the SFGB office, Ben Pack and I just had a chill kickback let's stream on the ground N64 stream. And Ben was appalled at how I was holding the N64 controller.
Yeah, don't.
because-
Yeah.
Oh, you did Vinny style? Did you do
Oh.
your left? You did on the D-pad side with your left hand? That's
Yes,
Vinny style.
because that's
and
what
you're
makes
reaching
sense to
across
me.
with the thumb?
Yeah.
That's fucked
Yeah, I
up.
did that too, yeah.
That goes completely against why they made the controller that way. You guys
Yeah,
just
you
fucked
gotta
up.
hold the third. You gotta hold the nubbin down there. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I hold the nubbin
Yeah.
with my left hand.
Yeah.
Then-
But I mean,
Yeah, left hand
no,
gets
no,
up
no,
in there.
you-
Get your left hand up in there,
Okay.
and then the right is cradling the right there.
Yeah,
just-
that makes sense.
I think it's fair to point out, like, and I know everyone talks about this, but when that thing came out, it was very unclear, right? Like, it was just very unclear of
But
like, what are we
okay,
doing here?
I remember seeing diagrams of them explaining it, and as a kid being like, "This, I've downloaded this, and this will make sense for the rest of my life," and it still does. But yeah, if you didn't see them like
Where
explaining
was this
it, yeah.
diagram on
In, like,
what
video game
non-internet?
magazines
There is
and so,
only
yeah.
one context in which you grip it on both ends, and that is if you're playing a wrestling game. That is
Yeah.
it.
Or
the rest, you
Pokemon
get up
Puzzle
in the
League.
middle there. Oh,
Yeah, or
Pokemon
Mortal
Puzzle League
Kombat
too. Yeah.
Trilogy.
No, you play the PlayStation version of that, even with the load times.
No, you play
Yes.
the N64 version of
No,
Trilogy.
you don't.
No
Looks like
loading
shit.
times.
Mm-mm.
Much better.
Well,
Also, they got 6 face buttons right there. Come on.
Yeah.
well, thank
Come
you,
on.
gentlemen, for teaching me how to get all up in there about it. Some of you got all up in the Kirby Air Riders test during Extra Life, and all the videos I've seen about this game and the test, I don't understand. Can y'all
No.
help explain it to me?
Yes, I played it, and I don't understand it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we did City Trials online because that was the one online mode. I then played it later. I did the racing stuff later. We'll talk about that too. But the City Trials is like one of those features that people as kids really loved. They brought it back. There is a couple of rounds to this where it's like you go around a like city and you're picking up power-ups. Some of them are passive, some of them give you the abilities to like attack people. The passive abilities like build up your stats that you then take into like you go like there's a moment where the game's like, okay, everyone's collected all their stuff. Now choose which minigame you want to do. And it's not like you're voting for the entire lobby. It's like, no, you have a certain level of stats. You should choose the minigame that best fits your stats. And then you'll go in there with other people who chose that minigame. And if someone were to say choose a minigame by themselves, they would just go in there by themselves and automatically win. So strange out of the box, but it was so chaotic and so like just nonstop overwhelming that eventually I kind of came around to it because it's just like it's going for it. They don't care. They just want to blitz your brain with input and yeah, and then the mini games are stuff like, hey, drop through these rings and try to get the most points possible. It's like pretty simple stuff. The racing.
Right.
This is like one of the best looking games I've seen on the Switch 2. It's got like style, visual, fidelity is just up there. The courses just have so much going on and they look fantastic. I still don't know if I love the way the racing works, but I was starting to get it and I was enjoying myself. Mike, I know you did some of the racing too and ended up really liking it.
City Trials kind of seems like nonsense to me. Like I think we all did. And maybe I would understand it more if I messed around, maybe just some tutorials. But it did seem a bit like I'm just kind of flailing around, right? It seemed like a flailing around experience. But the races, when I was just doing the normal races, I was having a lot of fun with that. Like you said, the tracks themselves are just very pretty. I don't have too much trouble grokking the control system here, which I think is a hurdle for some people. But basically, you're always going and you use that one button as sort of your brake and your drift and some
reverse
other
go-kart.
things. Yeah, so basically it's just like, when there's a turn, you hold that thing down, so you start kind of drifting into it and you turn into the drift and then you release and then you get a speed boost and you start going again. That's largely
it just never drifts as much as I think it's going to. I mean, that might be because I was choosing the wrong machine.
Yeah, the carts do vary a good bit. It's one of those things like when you're starting out, maybe just use that normie star cart to kind of get the hang of it to begin with. But yeah, I mean, I was having fun doing that. And there are things like there's power ups. When you get that, you'll get abilities that you can attack some of the other players with and whatnot. Though it doesn't seem quite as offensive / item heavy as say a Mario Kart. Maybe it's hard to grok the entire thing just from that little play test. But it seems like it could be fun. I'm still pretty shocked they made this game, right? Because it seems like this is going to be just as divisive as Kirby Air Rider was at the time, which was like a game that did not review very well, but just has people who do really like it. I bet a similar thing is going to happen this time around.
Yeah. I agree.
Types of characters I should expect from Kirby Air Riders. You got your Kirbys. You got your is King Dedede in this?
You got your Waddle Dees. You got your
Dedede.
bandana Waddle Dees. You got your Waddle Doos. You got.
This is just the Joe Dirt sequence.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was thinking.
Forget about Gooey.
Husker D's.
Oh, you got. Of course, you have Gooey. Yeah.
Who?
Gooey, the second player from Kirby's Dream Land 3.
Gooey?
Gooey. Yeah.
I'm making
This
sure
is
that's
just
his
a
name. I'm
knockoff
worried.
slime. What the fuck?
You shut the hell up. We respect Kirby's friend Gooey.
I played as Gooey, and his tongue was just doing all kinds of things, capturing all kinds of power ups. It was very impressive.
I don't like that. I just see an image that says Gooey is here, and this little freak has his tongue out, just going. Rah.
Yeah,
I don't
he always has his
think
tongue out.
it's a good idea to make an entire video game the boat in the tunnel sequence from Willy Wonka. It seems like that's a bad idea.
Oh, when you phrase it like that, I'm all in now.
Yeah, that makes me want it more.
That is kind of a good description of this game. That should just be one of the music tracks. Actually.
I just think, like, I don't know, they all got off that boat quite ill, and maybe too much of a good thing turns out to be a bad thing, is all I'm going to say. Because that's what this game feels like.
I think I saw there's a hamster in this game as well.
There was a
You
hamster
play
in
as the
Kirby.
hamster?
In Kirby, I don't know if you can play as him. I don't remember that.
Yeah, what's that fucking hamster's name? It was one of the animal friends they introduced
Hamtaro.
in Kirby's. Rick.
Rick.
That's
What is
right.
it with
It's
Rick? That's right. His name is
His,
just Rick.
his name is fucking Rick. That's right.
I'll never remember that. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
that's
what.
crazy.
Yo.
That's such a,
It'll be
that's
tomorrow.
such a stepdad name. What the hell? I don't know.
Right, like
Shouts out to Rick.
right, his name's just fucking Rick, I guess. All right.
Oh, I'm so
Sure.
with that. Yeah, okay. Never
You
mind.
can play as Rick. Okay. All right. I
I
guess
am
so.
all the way back on board. Okay. Is Kirby Air Riders supposed to come out this year? Or
It's
It's coming
out
out
like
2 days.
in 2
yeah,
days?
it's out soon. Yeah.
It's out on the 20th.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh, real quick, I didn't put it on the sheet, but me and Kayla did try to start that Black Ops 7 campaign.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with that, but that feels bad immediately, and I just have a lot
Is
of
it
questions
4-player co-op online?
No,
So
Grub, I
we
don't
were
want
able
to.
to do. We
Because if
did-
it is,
It is. Yes, it is. And here's the thing. I think it's the thing where like me and Kayla were playing 2-player and we just saw each other, but then it would do these cutscenes and you see for like, who the fuck are those people? Maybe they were running around. It just all feels like trashed zombie DLC. You know, it's like the always online thing is weird.
you might be onto something, Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels like really weirdly thrown together, and there's like mechanics and stuff in it, and like like Diablo loot type colors and stuff in a Call of Duty campaign, but none of the systems seem really fleshed out in any way. It all just kind of like ran weird and looked weird, and like tonally, I like the idea of Call of Duty campaigns getting weird and like kind of supernatural. They did some of that in 6, and I liked it, but this just feels like something that was on the cutting room floor or something.
Really?
I think it's exactly what it has to be, because like this is like these are the expansions, but full games versions of these, where it's like Black Ops 7 right after Black Ops 6. And it's like, there's no way that they had all this stuff ready to go. It's like, this is just stuff they cut and scraped together and threw back out there for you. I want to try it. I need to try it.
I like Call of Duty campaigns. I realize it's just kind of the same type. It's just very comfort food, like, oh, big dumb action set piece
Have you
stuff.
played
like
them
that.
all?
Yeah, I think.
Has anyone else here played the majority of them?
I've dipped
No.
into the campaign.
Oh,
All right.
I didn't do like Vanguard. When they went back to World War
That's
II
fine.
for a second, like Vanguard and stuff, I didn't do those, but I think the rest of them I did all.
Could
the
you do like a
campaigns.
quick like Mount Rushmore of Call of Duty campaigns?
No.
I'd say Call of Duty 4, the first Modern Warfare, is probably number 1 for me. I really did like last year's. I thought Black Ops 6, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, first time around.
Yeah.
Those are the
Advanced
first ones that
Warfare.
come to
Press
mind.
F to pay respects. That was pretty good, actually.
I kind of liked Advanced Warfare.
Is that the
yeah.
one with Kit Harington?
No, that's Kevin Spacey. Kit Harington was
That's
Infinite Warfare, the
Infinite
space one, I
Warfare,
think.
yeah,
which was
yeah.
also the space one was pretty good.
It
Infinite
was
Warfare.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. This one sucks.
For folks curious about more Call of Duty Black Ops 7, we did play it for a bit on UPF last week. Also, friend of the site, Lex Luddy, has a very, very scathing review of it on Restart Run.
Hell yeah.
I did see that. Yeah, the 1 out of 5, I believe.
1 out of 5.
Mhm.
Go read that. I'm not the biggest fan of Call of Duty, but it is very interesting to see the decisions made to this game. And Mike, you had a very interesting post on Blue Sky that just kind of
the fact that
made me go,
this is the game that they're like, we're going to use generative AI for some of our art assets. The game that makes some of the most unearned billions of dollars every single year, supported by a literal $1 trillion company.
$2 trillion.
I had to get art for my computer case, and I paid a fucking artist to do it. Me by myself. Your fucking Microsoft-owned Call of Duty. Pay people to make your stupid little banners that people unlock at like Apex Prestige level 9-2 or whatever the hell. Holy fuck. What the hell is wrong with you?
And they look like Ghibli ripoff.
It's the Ghibli stuff, but then also like the Prestige icons and stuff like that are just this like super over-designed, ugly slop. Like, it's terrible. Yeah.
It's fucking pathetic.
Reuse those from any of the other games?
Right.
Like,
that would be better. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I like the better one. Modern Warfare 2, they got an artist to draw those weed leaves.
Yes, exactly.
Also, if you were getting in my replies like, video games have used AI for a long time, like what people just freak out. Like, there's clearly not a difference between using AI to like randomly generate trees and to just steal the Studio Ghibli art style to make shitty art assets. Everybody understands the difference. You're not smart. You're not like you're not finding some like interesting even ground. Go fuck yourself.
No, they just don't understand. They don't understand.
Yeah.
Love Speed Tree.
Well, going from a very Jesus Christ.
We did play the multiplayer. Were you guys moved by that at all? I guess it was me and Backlar, right? Backlar, did you enjoy that? You're Mr. Call of Duty. That's what they call you on the streets.
That is my name. I got it in college, and I hold it to this day. I think it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I've yet to like really, explore with the normie friends and sort of see what they're feeling.
Right.
That's usually the barometer for me. It's like, where are they landing on this thing? It's just so unremarkable, I think.
Yes.
And for me, that if there is something there, if there is some, kind of like magic that usually will make itself, known in the first couple hours of multiplayer. I've not kind of seen that yet, and I just don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, I like that they're reusing some maps that I'm familiar with, but if that's what I'm excited about, it's probably a bad sign.
Kayla and I played like one round, and we were planning like, oh, let's download this, and you can play on the portal, and I'll play on the TV. We'll go through the campaign, and then the campaign didn't move us, and it's like, okay, let's do some multiplayer. Multiplayer is always good. We did like one round, and then we like looked at each other and we're like, let's go back to Simpsons Fortnite, and then we played like 6 hours of Simpsons Fortnite.
Like, there you go.
Way better. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, if the campaign is 4 players, maybe it's time for the compadres to ride again. Because there's Dan.
We figured out Mike was the problem. Me and Grub do great with Absalom. We're a team. Mike was the problem.
Yeah,
well,
you can't. Your throwing options in Absalom are incredibly limited, Dan. You just have to literally start throwing, I suppose.
We're a team.
Yeah.
We're a team, all of us, and that includes Roger. Folks, I was seeking out a game to emotionally devastate me. Over the weekend, I was able to catch up on a bunch of stuff. Like I mentioned, play through Shinobi. I'm a savant at, or an adept at Absalom, as Mikey said. And I wanted something like mouth-washing from last year to absolutely wreck my insides. Because I need to feel something. And I hit up Blue Sky, and this was a top recommendation. And Roger, it's about like 40 minutes to an hour. It is a very small game, lovingly made by real people. No detection of AI at all. And gang, I don't think I have felt the level of dread and horror that happens in like the first 20 minutes of this game. And it is done like masterfully. And it is definitely a game that I beat it last night, and I'm still thinking about it in how it is, the messaging and the imagery is just kind of sticky. The gameplay in it, you would think if it is like a very story-driven game, it would be fairly light, but they really mess with like game mechanics in a nice way, where initially you were just kind of hitting buttons hitting a button to progress through of like, okay, well now you gotta like make sure you're moving from point A to point B stealthily. You're avoiding someone's eyesight, and then that happens. But then it quickly becomes very apparent, and I don't want to spoil anything for the game, but it becomes quickly apparent that everything is not quite as it seems, whether you as a player character or the other character you're interacting with. And then that just adds up to the tension. So now suddenly that one button is no longer just one button, but it's now a mess of buttons on your screen, and you're panically trying to get through the sequence, and you're just mashing on all of the buttons to finally find the one that it is to open a door. Similar to Dan, what was the eating disorder game?
Consume Me.
Consume Me. Similar to Consume Me, this uses a bunch of like little WarioWare style mini games to get through the storytelling sequence, and the ups and downs are very dramatic in this. And if anyone has ever been very emotional watching the opening sequence to the Pixar movie Up, that is, imagine that stretched out into a sequence close to an hour, and it emotionally devastating and wrecks you. I will say, if you are at all sensitive to any content regarding like adult relations, physical relations, or perhaps dealing with elderly family members, maybe I wouldn't say steer clear. I would say tiptoe and approach with caution, because as someone that I can't say is going through similar things or has gone through similar things, this still hits me on a very personal level that I highly recommend. And thanks to everyone that recommended. And Roger, again, it's like $5 on Steam. It's 40 minutes to an hour. Also, the art style is beautiful. In the moments when the game is kind of in like a positive upswing, you can't help but smile and be happy about it. And then the way that they pull the rug from underneath you, not just once, but several times, I think is a masterful achievement. And just like Despelote and other games from this year, it just really shows that indie games are really proving video games as a fantastic medium for telling stories, which is it's just so funny to hear about the AI slop and how much Call of Duty has just become a titan that's tripping on its own tail versus a small game like And Roger that is just two people. And this is a game that I feel like will stick with me, just like mouthwashing has stuck with me, versus Call of Duty where I'll just fucking forget about it and remember like, oh, Milo Ventimiglia, he was in that one.
Right, yeah.
But, oh, man, And Roger, folks at home, And Roger, I think it is only on PC, so may have
it's
to
on
dig
Steam
out.
here for sure, yeah.
I think it is one of those games that also runs on a Mac. So hey, if you got a Mac out there, go get it.
I like the look. It's got that strong 2-bit style of like, two colors in a lot of situations and very stylized. And then it's like does the girl? I don't know if I'd be able to handle this. Is the girl going to feel isolated and alone? I just can't do that with kids stuff right now. It's a bit too much for me. A bit sensitive to that sort of thing.
I didn't think about it from like a fatherly aspect. Grub, don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah, yeah. This might be one I have to wait on a couple of years. We'll see.
Thinking about it, how you would approach this game, avoid this like the plague.
Okay. Thanks.
I think this
all right, sounds good.
will break you as a person.
I might try.
It looks like it would hurt, actually. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's
I might give it a shot.
It's very quick, Dan. Like, Again, it deals with some heavy stuff at the tippy top, but it gets contextualized, and that's not justifying it, but it is. Ooh, oh boy, one of those.
Yeah, I was surprised between mouthwashing you mentioned and Consume Me. Those are two that I don't know if I'd call them similar based on what you're describing, but like I was surprised by like I'm usually Mr. like I don't care about narrative, games don't affect me, but like those two were like wait, actually I see what they're doing here, and this is really.
Did you try Despelote, Dan? I think you did.
I did, but there was just a lot of soccer stuff.
That's
I
fair.
can't deal with that. Look, every man's got his lines. Mine is to see a soccer ball, and I'm mad.
Well, but we're big Brentford Bee fans, remember?
That's right. We love the bees. Yeah. I might try this. Yeah.
This game is published by Kodansha. I was going to see if you guys were going to say Kodansha. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
I really, I think I'll always have a soft spot for Bonanza just for that.
Oh yeah.
just for unlocking that for Dan.
Let's just make a game of the year. We don't need to have deliberations. It's fine.
Sure. Speaking about game of the year, we have like a late contender hitting up the party, and Jeff Bacalar, you saw it. You got to ride the bike with Samus. You were holding onto her hips as she took off her helmet, and her hair was just riding through the wind.
You did the bound too, like Kanye and what's her name? Yeah,
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
that's right.
Kim
I did no bikes.
What?
Nope, no bikes.
And then you saw the Rick Moranis character, and then the internet exploded when they also saw the Rick Moranis character.
I'm scared.
Grub and Bacalar, y'all did a quick look EX for the game last Friday. I highly suggest y'all folks at home go check that out. But Metroid Prime 4.
We did do that quick look, so I'll let Mike. Why don't you go ahead and ask your questions to Bacalar?
Oh, sure, Mike. Is that what this is? Go for it.
I don't even have questions. I know it's happening. There's a talkie character, and he has a couple clips in the beginning. And all I'm doing right now is hoping that he's not in it much. There are some people who are trying to spin. Like, here's why it might actually be a good thing. It won't be a good thing. It is already a bad thing. I don't want to hear like, well, maybe this will make Samus cool. No, Samus is already as cool as can be. My question now is just what's the minimal damage done by this actually?
He does make her seem a bit cooler in moments where she says nothing.
I like the interactions. I liked it.
Yeah, I did not positive.
The line for me was when he was when you were playing the game and he was like, "Hey, you missed this. Like, fuck you. Don't do that. Let me play Metroid."
If it's that fucking head thing from God of War, that's a problem. But if it's just a lame character that shows up in a couple early game cutscenes and the rest is just a Metroid Prime game, I can't see that being a big problem.
I think he's there to like soften the transition to get people into a game like this in a way that they've not done before. So yeah, I think a lot of people who have played a lot of Metroid games are not going to like them no matter what.
Look, I don't know the proportionality of like how much these NPCs are in the game whatsoever, but what I do think is this proportion is the amount of like fucking discourse over it, as opposed to like
crazy.
what the goddamn who the fuck cares? Everyone's got to just grow the fuck up.
Mike is extremely weak to Metroid discourse. I have found between apparently people were yelling about sand and then this character, and then Mike gets worked the fuck up over that.
I think it's fair for Mike to be. I think it's fair for your reaction during the trailer stuff, Mike. I thought because you're coming from the same place I was, where it's just like, shut the fuck up, nerds. Right?
Now I'm one of the loud. Now I'm one of the whining nerds.
I don't know if you're whining, but you're certainly like flirting with it. No,
is he whinging?
Whinging? Yes. I don't even know what that means, but sure, he's whingy. Yeah, I mean, this, I don't even think about that guy. Now, I also am probably more of a normal video game player who is a big boy and has like other shit just going on. And I don't have like time
this is it for me back to
care that much. I loved what I played of that thing, and I told Grub on the quick look, I'm thinking about this game a lot. Yeah. Like at the first time, I'm just like, man, I want this now. Like, can I just like do it now? Like, I'm special. Let me have it now already. I'm trying to Veruca Salt my way into this shit.
Please.
Game, please. I want to be clear. I do not think that like, oh no, turns out this is going to be a bad game or anything. I'm still very excited. And like, a game looks very good. It looks very pretty. It's got all the fun stuff.
That's the one thing that I think is sort of under discussed, because at least from the trailers, I was even sort of like, oh, maybe this game just like needs a couple more, hours in the oven or something like that. But no, it looks so good. Like, so very good. Like, oh my God, this looks phenomenal. And I was that for me, like, I do tend to maybe be disproportionately impressed by visuals sometimes. This shit looks phenomenal.
I like what Dr. Ryan said when we were talking about that character. He said, keep the same energy if this guy does talk all game like Mimir or Aloy, and don't just give Nintendo a pass.
Mimir didn't bother me.
I will say, fuck this. If it's like Mimir or Aloy, I will say
like
this
that, I will go
just as much as they suck.
Yes.
I like, can you even imagine a world where that could be it just doesn't make sense.
No, I really don't think that's going to be the case. Yeah.
Mimir, and look, I'll say Mimir did not bother me because I kind of fucking like Mimir, but like Aloy, yes, no one cares. Aloy is just like, all right, enough. But yeah, I don't know. I also like have a feeling that like I don't know. This is complete conjecture based on nothing but a gut feeling. I do feel like this guy just won't be around after you leave that world. Maybe you will have another person that fulfills the same sort of role.
Yeah, like
but
maybe like someone that checks in, like if you meet an NPC every now and then. My expectation that this guy is hanging around with you for the beginning, kind of like a tutorial person, and then he either fucking dies or you see him every once in a while. After that, and maybe you see some other people. I don't think there's going to be that many NPCs following you around.
I also don't think it really does a lot in the way of like compromising the isolation, perversion that everyone has with Metroid. I get it. That's what Metroid is. But I not once was I just like, well, this is a whole different game now. And it's certainly, easy to kind of like, mesh back in and realize like, oh, you are in a weird place. You are a stranger in a strange land kind of thing. So
yeah,
I hope it all. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, is the guy this? I'm looking at the video we put up. Is the guy this Galactic Federation technician?
He's got like a goggle helmet on.
He just looks like Carmine from Gears, right? Like just like a weird helmet, and that's the guy.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the Autobot Bumblebee.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
No, that's
yeah,
probably that dude. He has glasses.
Okay.
Dan,
is it like the goggles green?
Yeah. Okay.
I do like. I do
get where you actually see his
Mike.
face, and it really does look like Rick Moranis, right? Like when you actually just see
it is Rick Moranis. It is voiced by Rick Moranis. Yep. Everyone knows this to be true.
Honey, I shrunk the Samus.
I see a lot of people being like, yeah, he quips like MCU, and it's like, okay, I mean, I just wasn't feeling that way when I was playing. Like some of them are like a little bit like cute, but it like. First of all, people need to find another thing to compare stuff to than just the MCU. Like it's not everything is exactly like that. It's
400 movies.
Yeah,
people make
but that does describe a very certain type of snark that is just absolute kryptonite to certain people like me.
Yeah. Like it's like Whedon-esque as well. Like there's variations on it. I just like this was not hitting me in that way necessarily. Okay. There are out of context. Those lines look exactly like that, so I get why people are drawing the one-to-one line. But when I was watching it, I was not feeling that way. And I was in there watching the gameplay that Bacalar was showing me. So I don't know. It's a little bit more subtle than that.
Yeah, okay. Like when he showed up during the preview, I was just like, oh wow, this is not a thing I've seen, and I'm, and that's kind of where it ended. I get it. My tolerance is much more.
But like I want Metroid Prime 1. That's what I want. And when I come to this and I'm watching you play, I know how I felt, and I felt like this game looks good. This character is worrying me when he does this one specific thing of telling you like, hey, you missed something. If that continues, I'll hate him, and if that doesn't, everything else was fine. And that's just how I felt about it. Like I'm not going to pretend to be upset like the way everyone else is, just because everyone else is upset.
Sure.
So, like this is what I got for you, and we're going to be playing this game in fucking 2 to 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. So
2 weeks and 2 days. Really?
So, so it's just like, I don't know. Go do another hobby until then, and then let's play the game and find out. Like that maybe that's the solution to this.
Oh, they're not going to do that, Grub.
I know. Everyone's got to piss their pants about everything. I know.
Guys, you don't have to sit in the piss.
A lot of pee-pee.
Don't sit in the piss. Change the pants. Folks, we're going to take a quick bricky break so you at home can go change your pee-pee pants or visit the toilet and get all the goat sauce off of you. Folks, we'll be back with the news right after this little break. Word from our friends at Deku Deals.
Jan, you taught me to overcome my fear of sharp objects. I want to teach you how to overcome your fear of saving money.
No, I don't wanna. I will only ever pay the manufactured suggested retail price.
Stop. You don't have to live this way because now there's Deku Deals.
The double D?
That's right. Deku Deals is the best way to find deals on any major gaming platform or store.
I don't want no bunk out-of-date coupon code, Grub.
It's nothing like that. Deku Deals has both the hottest and the freshest deals updated constantly. It's also just added Steam support with a super simple page to find bundles for Steam code.
Ooh, I just found the Mist and Riven Complete collection for $8 on Humble using Deku Deals right now.
I also use Deku Deals to build and add and share wish list. You can even use it to keep track of your collection.
You know what? I think we should all build some lists and host them on DekuDeals.com/giantbomb.
And if listeners go to DekuDeals.com/giantbomb, they can vote to make us play a game on the November 21st episode of Unprofessional Fridays.
Learn more at DekuDeals.com/giantbomb. News with Jeff Grubb.
Hi, everybody. I have news. Hey, the Game Awards Game of the Year nominees were announced, and I mostly don't care. But hey, we'll talk about the Game of the Year nominees at the very least. And I guess if you guys notice something else, you can bring it up. I'm not gonna. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Looks about right to me. I could see how all these games got there. I wish Blueprints was on there, but too early in the year to kind of stand up to the likes of Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silksong, the kind of games that would take its slot.
So I feel like I've heard stuff and rumblings, people talk about all of these games post-launch except Death Stranding 2. And I know that like we live in a bubble where like, you know, Dan's very into Kojima. And I've been curious to circle back to Death Stranding 2, but I haven't seen much buzz around it since the initial like month it came out. So I'm surprised to see it nominated here.
Now, I listened to the Next Lander podcast where that's the only game they talk about. So, it's,
Death Stranding?
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2 is kind of all they've talked about for like the last month and a half.
I'm
They
so
just
surprised to
spoiler
hear
cast.
that.
Yeah, they
because
loved
it's
it.
like I was working with them when they were playing Death Stranding 1, and that was when I was fully like, I dropped out after 7 hours, and like they were continuing, and like it kind of seemed like they hated it, but they kept playing it. So interesting to hear that they're into it now.
Yeah.
I think it with me too, but yeah.
I mean, the game has a 98 average score still, right? So I think it, you know, a lot of people did like it.
98?
I think there's also a little bit
There's
of
no way it's that high, right?
90?
98? You said 98.
You said 90.
No, I'm sorry. I meant 90.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
I even read 90 when I said it. I don't know why I said 8. Sorry. Yeah, 90. So, you know, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not too surprised. Plus, there's a little bit of a Kojima association with Game Awards factor. I don't know. Not that like, there's anything funny going on, but just
But
you know.
speaking of that, I was kind of surprised because boy, howdy do the Game Awards love Joseph Ferris, and Split Fiction did not get a time.
That one, yeah, that's interesting. I think it's just because that game also got very good reviews. It was relatively early in the year, and I think there's a little bit of that was great. Very similar to the last one that we thought was great and gave a big award to, right? So
I could say the same thing
that.
about Death Stranding 2, right? Like, first one
Yeah,
was
but
great.
Death Stranding 2 is like improved in all ways by all accounts.
It also
I don't
has
know.
Doll Man. You know what?
It has Doll Man. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would have liked to have seen Blueprints. I'm not shocked it's not here. It seems like all these games are deserving. I haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 yet. Like I said, maybe I should try that out. Seems like a lot of people do like it quite a bit. I'm still pretty sure Expedition 33 is a pretty safe choice to win.
It was the most
here.
nominated game with 12 nominations. It's the most nominated game ever at the Game Awards. So, yeah, seems like it's a favorite in a lot of ways. Although, you know, surprises could happen.
I didn't realize a thing holding Blueprints back was the lack of localization to other languages.
That makes sense. Okay.
This stuff is very global, right? That's why even though like in the US it seems like Black Myth Wukong wasn't that big a deal. It
everywhere else. Yeah,
everywhere it was nominated for a bunch of stuff last year. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I think, does very well internationally as well, right? So
yes,
I'd imagine.
you can see that.
Yep. But yeah, all these games look very good. I need seeing this is the thing. It was like, maybe I should go back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and spend some time with that. More time.
What's helping Expedition 33 with that record is that it has 3 people in the best performance category, by the way.
Yeah, it kind of dominated that category and kind of pushed everything else out, which makes sense.
I cared about a couple of the categories, like Best Mobile Game, Uma Musume. We Ride at Dawn, everybody.
There you go.
But was happy to see the voice actress from Silent Hill F also nominated for Best Actor, Actress, or voiceover performance, along with all of Expedition 33.
Yep. Yeah, there's some things worth calling out there. What was that, Mike?
2 Point Museum for Best Sim. Let's go.
Yeah.
That seems like I couldn't get that. What's it up against?
I have to look again. I mean, it helps that like some of the other heavy hitters came out maybe a little late to really get in on this, like Anno and that Europa Universalis. I think that's going to benefit that. I mean, it's like Civilization 7, which everybody hates but me. So,
there you go.
Whatnot. So yeah.
All right, well, let's keep going here. Fired Subnautica 2 leads allege that Krafton CEO asked ChatGPT how to get out of paying their $250 million bonus. The co-founders of Unknown Worlds, the studio developing Subnautica 2, have been fired by publisher Krafton. The founders allege in a pre-trial brief that Krafton's CEO, C.H. Kim, fired them and delayed the game's early access release to avoid paying a $250 million earnout bonus. The brief claims Krafton's finance department had forecasted a $191 million earnout and that Kim feared the payment would endanger his position. Basically, he was like worried that he would look like a pushover if he paid too much for the studio that made them a lot of money. So he went to ChatGPT and was like, how can I not look like such a schlub? I need to look like a ruthless leader. And I guess ChatGPT was like, delay the game so you don't have to pay the bonus. And he did that. Krafton denies the claims, stating the founders showed little interest in Subnautica 2's development, and the delay was necessary to improve the game, not to avoid the bonus. Subnautica 2 is now pushed back to 2026. I'll say, from what I've heard, inside of that studio, that game was ready to go. This was, it has been alleged to me that this is explicitly about not paying that bonus.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a nightmare. That fucking sucks. This is, it's so frustrating because it's like, not to like get too much on that, but like those Epstein emails, this is how rich people talk. This is like, they're so fucking stupid. They like can't spell. They don't finish their sentences. They're all these rich, powerful people that control everything are just like, tell me what to do, ChatGPT. I don't want to look like a nerd to my rich friends. This is what we're dealing with. And these are the people that control the purses. I think a lot of these rich
people might be stupid and bad, Jeff.
I think, Dan, I'm glad you said it. Take a stand here. It's very frustrating. That game will probably eventually come out, but man, is anyone in that studio going to have the morale to continue working on it?
Right.
No, I can't imagine.
Yeah, this seems like a Kerbal Space Program 2 situation, right? Like the sequel to the super acclaimed thing, and now there's like this other big company involved in publishing it, and it just doesn't really quite work this time. I don't know.
Yep. We'll see how that shakes out. 220 Rockstar North staff have signed a letter demanding their fired colleagues are immediately reinstated, or should be immediately reinstated. More than 200 current employees at Rockstar North have sent a letter to senior management demanding the immediate reinstatement of 31 colleagues who were recently fired across the UK and Canada offices. Rockstar claims the employees were dismissed for, quote, gross misconduct related to leaking company secrets in a public forum. However, the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain, the IWGB, alleges the firings were an act of victimization and collective dismissal linked to trade union activity, as the fired staff were part of a union channel and attempting to organize. That's the forum in which they were sharing information about their work, and they were not necessarily sharing details about who you're going to play as in GTA 6 or whatever, or anything like that. They planned protest, all this stuff, and now they continue to try to push back against Rockstar. And Rockstar's not doing a very good job of sort of avoiding the allegations here that they did this to shut down unionization. And again, it's like, I wonder if they asked ChatGPT what they should have done here. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, this isn't me trying to be contrarian, but I don't fucking care about GTA 6. I more so care about like the people that are working obscene hours and making sure that they have a life and everything. So it really sucks that Rockstar is totally tried to union bust and they're trying to skirt around it. I would even say that maybe them announcing GTA 6's delay is just trying to get past any of the union busting allegations. But I hopefully folks at the studio and people do not let them slide for this one.
Yeah, it's frustrating because sure, they could maybe reinstate these people and mitigate the damage that has been done here. But this is a company that can withstand just about any amount of damage. Like they could pay, like if they lose a court case, which is just like this is likely to go to court. They could lose a court case and be ordered by a court to pay hundreds of millions of dollars, and they could afford to do that. It probably won't be that much because Rockstar is going to have really good lawyers. They'll be able to keep those damages down potentially, but who knows? Or they might be able to run the clock out and settle. That's probably what they'll end up doing here and find a number that they're okay with. And it won't hurt because they're talking about a game that will be an endless money printing factory, and they factored that into their decision-making process here. It's just, you're right. All this for how I feel. I feel pretty similarly, Jan, where it's like all this for Grand Theft Auto. It's just not worth it. Nier director Yoko Taro assures players he's been working on projects, but they keep getting canceled. This is Nier director Yoko Taro said during GCon 2025, which is a conference, that he has been working on numerous projects in recent years, but none have been released because they keep getting canceled during development. He addressed comments from people wondering why he hasn't made a Nier sequel or why he seems inactive, explaining that while he gets paid for the work, the lack of released output makes it appear as though he hasn't been working. Yoko Taro stated that he doesn't mind the cancellations, preferring not to release a game that isn't up to his standards. This comes after a 2023 event where he and Nier producer Yosuke Saito mentioned working on a non-Nier project they hope to discuss in 2024, a discussion that never happened. We've heard like Square Enix kind of like reorganizing stuff constantly and shuffling things up and like, hey, we're not going to worry about a lot of these other projects. We're just going to worry about our core stuff. I wonder if his games got caught up in that. But yeah,
maybe. I mean, he had that mobile game thing come out, Voice of Cards or something.
That was a Nier game, right? That was a
Nier adjacent.
Okay.
I never really quite understood what the heck that thing
Voice of Cards was just a card game. I don't think it was related
it was separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a director on that, so he was like, working on that thing. So yeah, maybe some other projects. Like I don't think any of these projects that were canceled were Nier Automata 2, right? They would let that one go.
You would think.
Yeah,
I mean, they've put a lot of effort into it, and they keep re-releasing those games and investing in them. And it seems like that franchise is at Apex, okay. So you would want to cash in on that.
That's right. There's also Nier Reincarnation.
I was conflating the two.
Mobile game.
Yep,
yeah. There's a couple mobile things he's done since Nier Automata, which was all the way back in 2017. Nier Automata. So yeah, maybe that's like the surprising thing is that we haven't really had the sequel. There was the Nier 1 remake, Nier Replicant. So, there has been things happening. I think that's what this really is everybody is sort of wondering where Nier Automata 2 is. And, I wonder if he wants to make that game. I mean, I talked to him not that long after the first Nier Automata, and I was like, hey, do you feel pressure to just make a kind of traditional sequel because this game is so big and I bet people are going to just want more to be. And he's like a hilariously unserious person, which makes him so fun. Like what he told me is like, yeah, I'll make a game with 2B in it, but maybe she'll be a bug now. I don't know. Right? I'm like, yeah, that's great. So, part of me is like, is there weird pushback where he doesn't necessarily want to make that game? That's all Square Enix wants him to make, or are things relatively chill? And again, he's kind of being a bit goofy and unserious about it. It's hard to get a total read on the situation, but I think he's fantastic, and I think he should be allowed to do whatever he wants.
Yep, exactly. He should be kind of in a blank check scenario. He's kind of only raised his profile, and his games are only doing better and better as time goes on. I mean, he's been making games for a long time now, so yeah, I would kind of want to see what he can keep doing. Xbox announced a partner preview showcase for, Thursday, November 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern. They have mentioned specific titles here, including updates on 007, First Light, Tides of Annihilation, and Reanimal. All games will be featured will also be Xbox Play Anywhere titles. You buy them once, play them anywhere. Microsoft also has a big 2026 in the works. Supposedly, they should have Forza Horizon 6, Gears of War, E-Day, Halo Campaign Evolved, and maybe Fable, if that's real still. So they have their first-party stuff happening over here. They have partner stuff happening with this show, and they did pretty well with partner stuff in 2025. I mean, Expedition 33 was a Game Pass game, and there was several examples of kind of similar big games hitting Game Pass.
Too.
Silksong, exactly. So they seem like they're trying to kind of maintain that going into next year. But do you guys have any expectations of what could show up here? I suppose 007 First Light's already kind of a big get, although we've seen that in a bunch of places now.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure what else exactly I am hoping for in terms of like partner stuff. Um, yeah, I kind of want to see some new exciting things there. It would be nice if they had another Expedition 33 ready to go. Not, literally a sequel, but this kind of like, oh, this game that looks kind of smaller. Maybe we're not sure how it's going to be. And then it's a giant hit and turns out to be a big deal. I don't know if they have one of those, but hopefully they have some nice surprises.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any expectations for whatever. Fable, cool. Let's do it.
I think for this partner showcase that they will probably continue to have some token support from Japanese publishers that they have like been manufactured through like strong efforts to make that happen. Square Enix will probably be there. Sega will probably be there.
Didn't we see a lot more of Metaphor through Xbox partner showcases than anyone else?
Yes, Metaphor was like a strong partnership between that was Sega, right? Sega and Xbox. Sega and Xbox they're still thick as thieves. So yeah, I think we'll see them show up here as well. Maybe this is where we get Persona 6, Mike. I know.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
I don't even know if we see more Persona 4, whatever that's called. Maybe another Yakuza spinoff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, let's see here. More players in the UK, US, and Japan still prefer single-player games to multiplayer. Survey finds a new survey from Ampere Analysis says that they talked to 34,000 players across 22 markets and found a majority of players in the UK, Japan, and the United States, that's 58%, 63%, and 65% respectively, still prefers single-player games over multiplayer ones. Preference for single-player games generally increase with age, rising from 49% among 16 to 24-year-olds to 64% for the decrepit 55 to 64-year-olds.
Well, decrepit is a fucking choice.
That's just
you guys
what
are
Ampere
outside
said.
of that demo. You're fine.
Yeah, exactly. Give us some time. Yeah, listen. Once I'm there, it won't be decrepit anymore. Right,
it'll be fresh.
It'll be the fresh 55. The findings reaffirm the viability of single-player games despite the market's focus on live service. Blah blah blah. Yeah, live service games, multiplayer games still tend to actually sell better, make more money. But I do think that these companies should always kind of keep in mind that there is like this solid foundational base of people who like single-player games.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the trend of like, oh, older gamers prefer single player games, younger players don't, it's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, as those younger players become older, they will begin to prefer single player games, or they will just change the dynamics and single player games will become less popular?
What trend do you think is happening here? You're probably playing the stuff you grew up with and have an affinity for, like, for a lot of us, it's, old NES and Super Nintendo single player games. And if I grew up with fucking Roblox and Fortnite and esports and stuff, I'd probably look for that.
I think may be lost on us is that for a lot of these younger gamers, this is their form of communication with their friends, right? This is how they gather socially, especially like going through the pandemic. Roblox, Fortnite would blow up.
That's the upside then. It's like as they become older and more insular and less social, right? And grumpy. Then
that's when we get them.
That's when we'll get them. Once they're sad.
We were talking during the break that like young millennials and Gen Z are figuring out sit in a bar September because the apps aren't working. Sooner or later, they won't be able to talk through Roblox or Fortnite, so they're going to have to go out to, I don't know, a gym or a mess hall, a community center.
Yeah, my kids still play a lot of Minecraft specifically. That's still the big one. They try some other stuff here or there, but Minecraft's still number one.
Tell your kids to do sit in a bar September.
I listen, God, I would love that. They need to get out of the house. God, just go drink
it's
something.
It's shot o'clock, kids.
It's
Come on.
shot o'clock, you 6-year-old.
Go fuck.
I do like, it is like occasional, I'll like imagine like there is a chance like one day this will be the last time they ever play Minecraft or something like that. Because they could just at any point like lose their interest. That seems less and less likely as they like it's becoming more and more part of their personality. So yeah, I do think that they are going to reach a point either where they put it away forever or Minecraft is with them forever and they just kind of are always going back to it. But I don't know. I'll see which way they break.
I could see that with some trends with gamers where specifically on the single player part where there is a whole generation of gamers younger than us, and I believe younger than Sean even, that grew up watching streamers play like single player games. So like there is a whole subset of this audience that is obsessed with stuff like Five Nights, right? There's a reason why like now they sell those plushies at Target, why those movies do okay enough. So I'm interested to see where like that subset of gamers that are younger, they skew younger, if they are interested at all in staying up to date with like single player games, because I also don't see that audience translating into like the AAA single player experiences that like PlayStation would be presenting us a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting as these dynamic shifts do happen. Demographic shifts is what I'm trying to say. Demographic shifts happen, and these companies are like already so risk averse. So when they try something, and if things shift underneath them, I don't think they'll be like, "Oh, here's what we learned." The only thing they'll learn is we're afraid to make any kind of game, which is kind of just how I feel about like all those conversations we were having earlier about all these companies using ChatGPT to have conversations about how not to pay people and firing people who are trying to unionize. They just seem afraid of everything. So this little tidbit of information here, while it's certainly reassuring to me, like, oh, there's still a lot of people out there who are pretty similar to my style of playing games, I don't think that gets through to a lot of executives at these companies, because they know that, and they're like, well, yeah, we're already relying on you to buy our slop. Well, we don't care about you. We're looking for growth, and that happens elsewhere, and that's frustrating. Okay, Capcom says it's confident Resident Evil Requiem won't suffer from Monster Hunter Wilds style PC performance issues. Capcom has stated it does not expect its upcoming game, Requiem, to have the same PC performance issues as Wilds, despite both games using the RE engine. The company attributes this to differences in Requiem's gameplay, system architecture, and network features, assuring a smooth experience across various PC specs. The game is set to release on February 27th on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. The director also noted that porting Requiem to Nintendo Switch 2 went more smoothly than anticipated due to the game's highly scalable development. So that's probably actually a good sign. It's running on Switch 2. Cool. You would hope it's going to just inherently run better than Wilds did.
Yeah.
They had to learn this lesson, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's great. I kind of hope they can go make Wilds, and even, I don't know how Dragon's Dogma 2 is working these days, but I hope it'd be nice if both of those were doing really well on PC, which I don't think is the case.
Yeah, I get the sense that they are going to put out their updates for Wilds, and they will fix the real problems with Monster Hunter in the next Monster Hunter. But
there's going to be an expansion for Wilds, and I wonder.
That's what I'm saying. The updates and expansion.
Yeah. I wonder what that's like.
Yep. It just feels like, man, if they could have fixed it, they would have done it by now. It's been almost a whole year. I guess it's been 3/4 of a year, but I don't know.
Feels like forever ago.
It feels like forever.
There's a game that wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, huh?
Nope.
Or for much?
One of the highest rated games of the year, and it was not nominated. Yep.
Yeah, that's now I'm like wondering, did it get nominated for anything?
I bet it's on there somewhere.
No, I don't think it would have gone for
Monster, Best RPG, and that's it. I think just Best RPG.
Oof. Well, not going to win that category.
Probably not. Ubisoft postpones earnings call and halts trading with little explanation. This is a strange one. They like a half an hour, maybe it was a little bit longer than that, before their earnings call was supposed to happen last week for the first half of their fiscal year. Ubisoft's like, oh, hey, we are not going to do that, and we are asking the indexes on which we trade to halt any trades involving our stock to avoid any problems. This happens for a variety of reasons. It doesn't happen very often. In video games, I can't remember the last time it happened. There was one company that's done it before. The speculation here immediately is, oh, Ubisoft's being acquired. Yeah. And that does seem like the likeliest scenario. There's also the possibility that they just legitimately fucked up the math and they could not report what they had in their books because that would be illegal. So they're like, there's always that possibility, and we'll find out. But this is a company that's already been shifting around and like selling off parts of it and creating new entities to do with Tencent. And I would imagine maybe Tencent's going to step in and just buy the rest, or if they're not, maybe the Saudis. I don't know. But there is, it's worth reminding people, there is the new version of Ubisoft that has Rainbow Six, Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, and that's their focus, and that's like the real thing that they're actually investing in and working with Tencent on, and that's the part that the Guillemot family like wormed their way into still being in charge of. And then there is the rest of Ubisoft that got left behind, where you'll find your Splinter Cell remakes and Beyond Good and Evil 2, fucking fairy tales, and all these things that don't feel real and don't feel like they were ever getting the love they needed. And something's going to happen with that part of it now? Maybe. We really don't know yet, though.
I mean, it's like, what do you expect to happen, right? So they got bought up by Tencent or the Saudis, right? Like, That's what you're kind of waiting to see happen here, but could just be a math thing. Who knows? It seems like we've been waiting for like the big dramatic thing to happen to Ubisoft forever, and it's always been these kind of weird quarter measures or half measures, right?
Yep, weird maneuvering by that family that controls it to like keep themselves in charge, and that's why it always feels strange. This happened last week. We still haven't had any update on this.
From one family to another, huh?
That seems to be the case. Yes. We'll if there is any updates there, we'll talk about it probably on Game S Mornings. Hopefully this week we get an answer to that. Last week, since the Bombcast happened, Valve revealed new hardware, a controller, a compact gaming PC, and VR-ready headset. The Steam controller is an updated version of the last Steam controller now that has analog sticks. Hooray! The Steam machine is back. It's running Steam OS, but now the new and improved Steam OS that has really great support for Windows-based games. It's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, and it's very tiny and cute and cool. Has 16 gigabytes of RAM, 8 gigabytes of VRAM. People are worried about that. Seems like it might not actually be much of a problem, though. They have a lot of custom tech in there to help with that. And then the Steam Frame, the standalone VR headset that has a Snapdragon mobile processor, also running Steam OS. There's a lot of implications there of like, Steam OS on mobile devices going forward. The next Steam Deck might be a mobile processor. That could be interesting. Probably won't be. Could be, though. Cool tech like foveated streaming. So like they'll just beam the part of the game from your PC or across the internet just right into your fovea and your eye, which is where you actually see the most with the highest visual acuity, that sort of thing. So a lot of cool stuff here. Dan, Jan, you guys got to see it. You guys have talked about it in a bunch of places. That video is excellent. People really happy with it. But any things that you guys have been thinking about since you got a chance to go hands-on with so much of it?
I think I've been thinking about a lot lately is just like in terms of the current OSs that we have. Like we've all just gotten accustomed to like, okay, this is how PS5 works. This is how this works.
Yeah.
It's like, the Switch one's pretty clean, but it's pretty basic. Don't have a lot of flexibility here. And especially as I keep playing things on that ROG Xbox Ally X, where it's like, okay, once I get a game running, I like how powerful this is, but
for sure,
everything surrounding launching a game or configuring anything is a nightmare. It's like, I am so appreciative of just that Steam OS. It is just so fucking clean. It's got everything you need, and now you're going to have all these different devices that all operate under that US with these seamless cloud saves and everything. Like, the larger thoughts on these devices and everything, please, like Grub said, check out our video on YouTube. Just search, Giant Bomb Valve Machine. I'm so excited about these things.
Yeah.
I think
same.
The controller, I think there's going to be a bit of a, learning curve probably isn't, there's just going to be an adjustment period, I think. Because, there are still things that I didn't quite understand the use for, like the grips, where it's like, okay, if you grip it tightly, it turns on kind of the gyroscope aiming. But if you hold it loosely, like the idea of holding a controller tight or loose is a new thing to me, Yeah,
that I had someone explain to me, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever use it this way, but you will grip it tight when you want to be actually using the gyroscope aim, but then maybe you let go to recenter it, and then you just quickly grab it again, and that becomes second nature after a while. And it's like, okay, I can see that for people who play a lot of games that way, which on PC is a surprisingly common way that people actually do engage with first-person shooters.
Yeah, and having the ability to do that, that's never a bad thing. I'm sure worst case scenario, you don't like it, just turn it off, don't utilize that thing. But ultimately, all three of these devices are great from what we've seen. The Steam machine in particular, I think, is the one I'm most excited about. I love the idea of just having this thing that's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck, just HDMI cable to my TV, make it super fucking simple. But I hope VR, look, the device is excellent, but there have been numerous VR devices now that I've been like, oh, okay, well, this fixes that problem, or this fixes that hardware problem. But then it's like, I'll be excited about it. And I'm like, all right, what am I going to play? And even the good ones, like that Batman game, it's like, I'll do once for an hour and then be like, all right, well, I don't like being in VR. So We'll see if that fixes. Games in general need to be better in VR for any of the hardware to matter. But at least this feels really nice. Even like the 2D stuff. Like I played a bit of Hades in the Steam Frame, and it was awesome. Just made the screen really, really big, really sharp visuals and everything. I'm very excited about these devices, but I think the Steam Machine is the number one in my book.
Yeah,
I've not set a price. Oh, go ahead, Jan, please.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I'm very surprised at how much the Steam controller seems to be very popular and how excited people are about that.
I'm excited about it, yeah.
I think my biggest takeaway, though, from the preview event that Dan and I went to is, wow, these people at Valve are very smart and passionate. And, like, they earnestly really like the things that they are making. It doesn't feel like it is a cash grab or, like, striking while the iron is hot. I know a lot of people have, as soon as the Gabe Cube got announced, that people are saying, like, oh, take that, Xbox, get fucked. But I don't think that is like Valve's primary motivation. I think they want to just have the Steam library available in more places for people.
I think they want to create a world where SteamOS is a viable alternative to Windows, and they've done that now. I think this
for gaming,
yeah, for gaming, which is what they care about, right? Yeah, and that's what it's the conversation that we're usually having there. Like Linux is already a viable alternative for like desktop stuff if people really care about that. You can get your Bazite going. But for gaming, it wasn't for a very long time. And when they tried to do Steam machines originally it was more than 10 years ago now.
I want to say that was like the mid 2010s, the third party stuff.
Yeah, I think it was like 2013, 2014.
What was that again? They were like licensing out like
so they third party thing with different. It was PCs basically.
Asus and Acer and stuff. Maybe those aren't right, but like stuff like that. And they would build these smaller, not this smaller.
They weren't
PCs.
Locked specs, but they were certainly like.
They were presented as like, hey, they're like this is in this tranche of prices and this is in this tier. Yeah. But the idea was really like SteamOS was the thrust there, and that was Linux. And there's a lot of games on Steam that run on Linux. Let's just do those. Well, since then they've got Proton. They have the Steam Deck. Steam Deck has done most of the bulk of the work of establishing SteamOS as an alternative. And people were like, maybe we'll start installing these on desktops. We're certainly going to install them on other like Windows handhelds because this is maybe more powerful in some ways or makes games run better, makes the thing more efficient. But what about desktop? Well, this is saying, hey, no, this is going to work on desktop as well. And everyone this time around is going, yeah, we see it, we get it, and we want it. And that's very different than the way it happened last time.
Right.
And it separates us from a world of like Microsoft's whims of like, hey, what are they going to distract us with next time? What other garbage are they going to throw into this operating system? And I use Windows all the time. I'm mostly fine with it on desktop, whatever. It's annoying in some cases, but clearly there needed to be an alternative path. And now SteamOS will definitely be that. Well, and it's open and people can put it on whatever they want. It doesn't have to just be on a Valve box Steam machine that you buy from Valve.
Sure.
You're going to be able to install this yourself.
About alternate
I didn't know
paths,
that. That's great.
I do hope that the Steam Frame kind of ushers in another small boom for virtual reality games because I know a lot of it.
That'd be nice.
I know a lot of it, like right now, is locked behind Meta and everything, and anything I can do to not have Facebook or Zuckerberg anywhere near my life, I will do. And I also need to emphasize how comfortable and light that headset was. Like, as someone that wears glasses, I know like the MetaQuest 3 can be a little bit front heavy and like it hurts my neck after a while. And also like my glasses will fog up. But in the brief time checking out the Steam Frame, felt very comfortable to just like onto my face. Felt good. Also super duper light. And I don't understand how the computer is just in the visor part of it, but
it's just a phone.
It's just a phone, I guess.
There are already Chinese handhelds that use the same exact processor, and so it's like, oh, we're going to be able to put SteamOS on these things, and it's going to be optimized for it. And so, running Windows games on Android, something that is possible already in some ways, but this is going to streamline that in a significant way. That's really promising.
Okay. Here's a question. Here's like a temperature check question as it comes to VR. I saw today there are a bunch of, I don't even know where the rumors came from on Blue Sky today about Half-Life 3. Like, oh, is that going to get announced today or whatever? Let's say, hypothetically, Half-Life 3 gets announced and it is both fully playable in VR and traditionally. How do you think you would play most of that? Like, do you think it'd be a thing like where you'd try? Yeah, I was just thinking that. It's like, I would probably try it, to see what it's like. Because I mean, Alex is probably the best VR game I've ever played. But ultimately, I still would, if that's a 12, 15, 20-hour game, I'm going to want to play it on a screen, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. I think so.
It'd be something to check out, like RE7's VR mode, right? Was like novel and cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
I wouldn't play the whole game like that.
Yeah.
Because I'd be too scared.
I don't think, I think it doesn't matter who you are. I don't think humans adapt to like playing extended VR sessions. It's just not like, you can only be on a roller coaster for so many hours. I mean,
yeah, you speak for yourself.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like you would eventually fucking lose it. Like you just can't do it.
You get motion sickness with VR after
with that one
game, right?
With one game, but I've done plenty of VR since. I'm okay. I like roller coasters.
That was the first thing I did when they put me in VR for the Steam thing. Is I turned off all of the 8-way movement, like all of those like guardrails that they put on you in VR. I just instantly turn all those off because I just think that is a better experience.
Yeah, I mean,
it makes you sick as fuck, but yeah.
Right, like that's my point. Like one day, it's just there's only so much you can do, and I think I think for something like Alex, that was like a very impressive sort of proof of concept. But imagining Half-Life 3 completely VR just seems like a
and it's like if we go like have this conversation with a normal person, we explain all this to them. They're like, so I get some benefits from being in VR, being more immersed, but is that what I want from when I'm going to play a game? What I want from a game is to be entertained and to relax and to have a good time. And immersion is maybe one of those things that helps me get those things, but it's not the only thing. And you're saying there's a chance I'm going to get sick. That doesn't seem like a good bargain to me. And I think that's going to continue to be a problem for this technology going forward. So we'll see. Prices have not been announced for any of this stuff. These products are shipping early next year, though, so they're going to have to give us prices soon. Their price is probably a moving target because stuff like RAM continues to go up and it costs a lot. Real quick. I was like, I've been piecing together a PC for Emmy for like the last several months. Like slowly trying to find deals on stuff. I was going to use my old NZXT H1, which is like their a mini ITX case. That thing was busted, so I kind of had to get a new one. And so I eventually was like, you know what? I'm just going to build one, and we're going to use this as kind of like as a family room PC sort of thing, as something I can store media on. So I've been pricing it out over time, and I kind of just got the last component. I think all in to build something that is going to be pretty equivalent to what is happening with this Steam machine. It was like $950. I think the CPU might be a little bit better. But still, it's like, okay, so if they can come in under that for this thing, I think they'll probably be $600 to $800. I think they're going to be able to hit a lot of people with that thing.
That was my guess to Jan when they said there was a 512 and a 2 terabyte. My just knee-jerk guess was 650 and 800.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
What was your equivalent GPU?
I said like my GPU. Yes, I did a low profile 5060, which is maybe might also be a little bit better, but it's not custom. It's not. I don't know if it has like FSR 4 support. Maybe it does. But yeah, that was the most expensive thing actually. It was like, I needed to get something that could fit in a mini ITX case though. So yeah, but it was fun to do the build. All right, let's get on to the last of the stories here. ArtDink. ArtDink announces ArtDink Game Log catalog title ports for Switch and PC. ArtDink has announced ArtDink Game Log, a project to port and re-release their previously developed games on modern hardware. The first title, Tale of the Sun, will launch on Switch and PC via Steam in Japan on December 16th, followed by Aquanauts Holiday in 2026. A third title is planned for later revelation. It's got to be Doshin the Giant, right? That's Doshin the Giant.
You think so? Yeah.
I hope it is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
ArtDink in 2025
is back.
mentioned.
They're still out there ArtDinking, because if they won't dink art, who the hell will? That's what I say.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I have not really played Aquanauts Holiday. Maybe I did like a 5-minute thing on Game Informer of it, but like I've done a little Doshin the Giant. I've definitely done Tale of the Sun. I would love to see what that is. It is just fucking weird that they're still a company and they're putting out Tale of the Sun on the
Tale
Switch.
of the Sun's got to be on Switch and PC. Now, it is like they are just putting them out in Japan But that's just because they're not localizing. You don't need to localize those games. It'll be fine. So you just play those games as is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be gay, do crimes, and dink art, everyone.
That's what they say. That's our motto here at Giant Bomb. Sony announces a cheaper Japan exclusive PlayStation 5. There was a PlayStation State of Play last week. It was a Japan State of Play. Kind of felt like, hey, remember us? We like Japan too. We're not just, you don't have to just play games on Nintendo. And to help facilitate that, here is a $350 version of the PlayStation 5, as opposed to like the $550, $600 versions we have been selling you. That State of Play came along with some announcements here or there, but it was also a reminder about a lot of other games. This does seem to be, though, a strategy by Sony to reestablish themselves in Japan, because Japanese gamers, while they have moved on to mobile in a lot of ways, when they do come back to consoles, apparently they don't just spend a lot of money on the games. They love spending money on merchandise and like pop-up stores and all this other stuff. And there's a lot of value there that Sony has apparently left on the table, and a company like Nintendo has gobbled up entirely. So Sony's like, hey, we are going to remind people and give them a way to get on board. But there is a lot of skepticism that this is going to be enough to sort of win that audience back, especially after they have done things like close Japan Studio, which might have been able to make games that could really appeal to a Japanese audience. You guys feel like they can make any inroads into Japan with a cheaper PlayStation 5 and like a bunch of partner games?
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no. I feel
like it's a real uphill battle.
Everyone that would have really wanted a PS5 in Japan would have already gotten it, and I can't. I don't know what is trending amongst Japanese gamers right now.
Yeah. They're in an awkward spot too, where like a lot of the franchises that would have appealed to Japan and a younger audience, they have maybe let dormant for too long now, to a point where it's like, are they even capable of attracting much of an audience outside of the olds like us? And so how many new things can you spin up in that style, especially if you don't have a Japan Studios? Like, it's pretty difficult. Third-party anime games can only do so much.
It is certainly something where it's like, if they did care about Japan, and it seems like they do, alarm bells were probably going off there, because for years now, the Japanese audience has been polled by various analytics groups, and they're like, hey, like, what are you playing on? And since like 2023, it's like very clear that like the younger gamers in Japan, Gen Z and younger, do not care about PlayStation at all. Like,
no.
And that's not an overstatement at all. So when they were asked, hey, what are you playing on? The DS back in 2023 ranked higher than the PlayStation 5. The Nintendo DS from 20 years ago.
That's insane.
In 2025, the 3DS ranked higher than the PlayStation 5. Among Gen Z and younger. So older gamers, yes, they still care about PlayStation to a certain extent. Younger gamers do not care about it at all. That's the uphill battle, is now they have to sort of reintroduce themselves to an audience that, didn't forget, never learned to care about PlayStation in the first place, and to some extent. Or if they did, it's like they feel like a completely different company now. The things that are working in Japan, it's like Splatoon and Pikmin, cute, cool games with a lot of style, especially in terms of Splatoon. I think that PlayStation will probably have to make games like that to have a chance to change the story there. But rumor is PlayStation 6 will have a portable version of itself. And if that thing is sleek and cool, maybe they could introduce some games alongside that, and that could change the story pretty quick. Because the Vita was very popular in Japan, and maybe they can bring back some of that love. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I don't think anything's going to change with the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
does it. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Jan.
Sorry, Grub. I just don't see PlayStation, Sony able to pivot immediately into doing cutesy-wootsy stuff, especially when they're massacring my boy Ratchet and Clank by giving them a fucking mobile game.
Yeah, there's a lot of news. I didn't have a chance to get all of that. There's a mobile shooter Ratchet and Clank game that they're making. Yes. Yeah. Not even, it's not going to be available on PlayStation. It's just mobile. It's weird. There's a handful of other stories like that, but I don't know. We'll see what they're thinking. That does it for the headlines, though, Jim. This show's back over to you.
Fantastic, folks. We're gonna go air out and just decompress about the news, and we'll be back with emails and YouTube super chats.
Ratchet and Clank's Federation Force. That's funny.
Yeah.
We'll be back right after this. These are the emails for the show. Emails. Bombcast@giantbomb.com is the email address to send your emails to. You can write in about any and everything, whatever you want. You want to make a fun quiz? I'll try and read it if there's enough time. You have a miscellaneous question about whatever, I'll try and read it to the gang. If you have nice words, I'll keep it to myself and I'll print it out and I'll show my mom and she'll put it on the fridge. And then we'll all be happy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bombcast@giantbomb.com. Once again, is the email address. First email comes from Nick from Vermont. Nick last week wrote in with what I thought would be fun facts about Vermont. Instead, kind of highlighted how Vermont can kind of be a little bit of a bummer. Nick wrote back in with some positive stuff about Vermont this time. Hey again, duders. I didn't mean to bring y'all down last week with my Vermont facts. Here's some more positive leaning facts about Vermont. I'll try to keep this one shorter. More than 70% of the land in Vermont is forested. Almost every town has a local farmer's market. We have some killer cheeses. Lots of local creameries sell to the surrounding area, but we also have Cabot Creamery, which is mass distributed. FYI, Cabot brand cheddar is lactose-free for any of y'all who are sensitive.
Whoa, okay.
Vermont has the most breweries per capita in the country, which means there's always a beer you'll like. And it's legal to grow your own weed recreationally. One flowering plant per household at a time. If you're into that, I don't have much of a green thumb. Thanks as always, Nick from Vermont.
Yeah. A lot of the positives seem to be about the way you can like chemically alter your body to make Vermont more tolerable.
Hey, lactose is the chemical. Get that shit out of here.
Hey, beer, cheese, and weed. That sounds like a good time, Mike. Buddy Duddy.
How do you not put Bernard Sanders on the fucking list of things that are
Last
amazing
week
about
or
Vermont?
This week?
What
Put him on the dollar bill.
What the fuck, emailer?
Yeah. I guess you're right. It seems like Vermont's coated in the goat sauce for sure.
We can't, Mike. We can't make this a thing with you.
Awful.
We can't do this, Mike.
Now, what if I start saying it instead?
Honestly,
I think it'd be better with Jan.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. I think it's great, Mike. I love everything about it. I want more of it. Where can I subscribe to it?
Yeah. Goatsauce.com. Is that one taken?
No. You know what? That's one URL I will not be entering into my web browser. But
Mike, dude, the first time you said coated with the goat sauce, was that deliberate, or was that you said you didn't really know what you were saying?
That's what I thought it might have actually been.
Okay, I love that. That makes it better. Never mind. I'm fully on board.
Is it supposed to be goated with the sauce?
It's goated.
You're goated with the sauce, Phase Rug. That's what Alexis says to him.
What I want to go on not that much more ridiculous than any of the things Alexa said.
I want to go on a Disney cruise with Mike and the NPC from Metroid.
Jesus.
Wow, there's so many layers to that backlog.
It's gonna be sick.
Man, goatsauce.com's $100.
Well,
yeah.
Goat sauce is only $100.
Goatsauce.shop is 99 cents.
Oh,
that's our new merch store.
Ew.
Sounds like an artificial insemination emporium is what it sounds like. Yeah.
Coated
much like our store, store.giantbomb.com.
Coated with the goatsauce.com. I bet this one. I bet that one I could get real cheap.
Oh man, imagine this is someone's first podcast.
Oh no.
All of them are.
Rick from Minneapolis writes in, why is there a view that Yoshi shouldn't speak in the Super Mario Galaxy movie? In the games, the very first thing Yoshi does is talk to Mario when you hatch him in the level Yoshi's Island 2. And he leaves a note in his house informing you that he went to rescue his friends. In Super Mario RPG, he acts as translator for Mario on Yoshi's Island and allows you to talk to Boshi.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You can talk to Boshi.
He's well read. Like, what's the problem?
In Super Mario 64,
he doesn't talk though.
He talks.
Well, here's the part
to
where
you.
he told me he had 20 hours of dialogue in the last one, and Matt Mercante did it. And yeah,
nope, that's Mercer. Mercer is his last name.
Mercer Mercante did a fusion dance, huh?
Alyssa Mercante is our friend.
I don't think Yoshi's ever had sentences, right?
Well,
In the cartoon, he spoke in full sentences.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so did like Mega Man. You know,
You say he hasn't. Yeah, he has not verbalized sentences, but he has
He's
like
not been voice acted.
Right,
he's
not been voice
capable of like writing and thinking. I think you could talk to him and he would understand.
No, he talks back to people like in Thousand Year Door. There's that baby Yoshi he talks all the time. It's great. I like him.
Yeah, baby Yoshi. Yeah, thinks you're.
I like
Mario
Yoshi,
kinda
and if he
doesn't say
talked,
shit either.
I wouldn't be upset if Yoshi talked.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
Yoshi
completely
guy.
for Yoshi talking. Yeah, although I don't think he will though.
do you think
He
the
might- yeah, he
other
might not.
Safdie brothers should voice Yoshi?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Boy,
no
the other
one's ever
brother-
heard that guy talk.
Yeah, we don't hear from him. It's just Benny all the
He's
Just
time.
wants to
Benny.
direct. Yeah.
Rick from Minneapolis finishes. In Super Mario 64, he talks to you on the roof of the castle after you get 120 stars. All this to say, would it actually be weirder if Yoshi doesn't talk in the movie?
It would be weirder.
I still think Jenna Slate should voice Yoshi. That's my
Yeah,
that'd be great.
you're just empirically correct about that.
Yeah.
I think Yoshi will say a word or two.
Sure.
Yes, like Yoshi. Yeah.
Yeah, or like maybe in a great moment of like plot, tension, he'll just be like, "It's up there," like
Or-
he'll reveal something.
Yeah,
he'll
we
reveal
are
something.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm shy, but this was important for me to say.
That was a really good
up
Chris
there.
Pratt grub that sounded like Chris Pratt's Mario voice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys remember the weird Tom and Jerry anime movie that came out in the 90s where they just talked the whole time actually?
Yes. Yeah.
And like
It was like My Dinner with Andre. They just like had a conversation the whole time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Spike
Yeah.
was there, got really awkward.
Uh-huh.
A little baby gray mouse was also there.
Oh, the baby. He was playable in the Super Nintendo Tom and Jerry game I had. Yeah.
You know what?
Uh,
After playing Dispatch, I want Yoshi to be voiced by Jeffrey Wright.
That would be
Oh,
fun.
nice.
That'd be good.
I would like that quite a bit. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Kenny from Queens writes in, "Dear Bomb folks, question for Mr. Grubb, or anyone else who wants to weigh in. Which do you think is most likely? 1, the PlayStation 6 is very expensive, but Sony continues to make and sell the PS5 alongside it. 2, the PS5 is repackaged as the base model PS6 alongside more premium PS6 SKUs. Or 3, the chip inside the rumored Canis handheld gets put in a box and becomes the base model PS6 alongside a premium SKU and the handheld itself. Between the Steam Machine announcement and Sony's midway through the generation comments, there's been a ton of discourse on this, and I was curious what your thoughts were. Keep being awesome, Kenny."
Yeah, I've speculated on Game S Mornings a bunch of times now that I think the PS5 will be reintroduced in some way to like make it as relevant as possible, whether that's like just trying to like diminish the importance of the 5 to the 6 jump, or to maybe repackage the PS5 as a. Here's what they could do: they could take the chip architecture of the PS5 and then rebuild that on the same sort of a process that they're using for the PS6. So the chip could be really small. It could be really energy efficient, and they could put out like a PS6 mini, and that's basically a PS5. But like all the games, because they're just not going to make that many games that don't run on the PS5 during the PS6 generation, because there's just not a point to it. So I think the PS5 will be re-engineered and reimagined by Sony in some real way to keep that thing around, so that they can justify supporting it for another like 10 years, because they've sold a ton of those things, and unlike the PS4, it won't be an albatross around their neck in terms of upgrading games and making sure games run well. And the PS4 wasn't even that much of a problem in the first place. So yeah, I think it's probably somewhere around that second option. I don't know. I'm speculating though. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that.
Well, what gives you? I mean, I definitely understand where you're coming from with like the need to have it be much more seamless, right? Where it's like, let's not have generational borderlines, right? And let's kind of make everything a lot more fluid. I understand that, but how do you think they square that by just repackaging it though, and or is it just more of a marketing push than an actual new box?
It'll be a combination of marketing and a variety of things. But yeah, it's mostly going to be marketing. It's mostly going to be telling people, hey, there's this cheaper we're like, yeah, maybe the PS5 is going away, but you can get this PS6 mini and it's basically slightly improved in some key ways, but mostly still that same system because they're going to want to keep making PS5 games for a very long time. That's I think the motivating factor.
Cool.
I don't want to think about the word PS6 for a while.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about it for a minute.
I don't think we'll get that far anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's all coming apart.
Yeah, it's
funny. It's funny because like I watch my child and his friends and the way they talk about games, and there is still something of a kind of like generational, like latest and greatest thing that is sort of inseparably kind of tethered to like what a console is, right, to a person. So
I mean, they'll make a real PS6 to go alongside this, and I think it's going to be extremely expensive though, and yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting how like because I do look to them to kind of like, answer some of the questions we were talking about earlier in the show, especially with like, game loyalty and whatnot. But, yeah, it's wild to think. I mean, but at the same time, I feel like we've been predicting this sort of like, leveling of that playing field for a while now. Right. I think it just seemed to need a spot to kind of break through here. It
happened without them even really trying between the PS4 and the PS5.
Right.
They weren't trying to keep the PS4 around as hard as it ended up staying around. And then they're like, well, that's only going to be worse next time because the PS5 is really good. It's a really good console. And all our third-party partners, like they might just make games for the PS5 and say that's a PS6 game as well. And if that's the case, what are we doing here? Should we really be focusing that much on trying to lop off an entire generation? Sure. And they're not interested in that anymore. It's worked out really well for them. They've made a lot of money by not doing that. They're just going to continue going down the route that's made them a lot of money.
How's that Pro selling?
I don't think it's selling as well as the PS4 Pro did, but it's not. I don't think it's also not outside the range of what they expected. It's probably like 1 in every 10 PlayStation 5s being sold as a Pro, I think, or something like that.
I feel like when the PS4 Pro came out, there was a justification because my base PS4 sounded like it wanted to unalive itself anytime I fired up a game, but I don't have... My biggest problem with the PS5 right now is I don't know where mine is.
That's a problem.
Right. Yours went missing.
Yeah, just like your key.
Mm-hmm.
You put a post... Oh, buddy.
It's in your butt?
Better not,
I checked!
If Jan's PS5 is up my butt...
Oh, no.
We're going to have... some serious fun.
How did it get there?
This is what we're gonna have. How did it get there? The key's gone, folks. Say goodbye to the key. I thought maybe it would show its face over the weekend. I really wasn't home that much,
but shitting out a PS5 would suck.
Yeah.
How did it get in there?
It's a weird shape.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of flaps.
Yeah, the flaps would like brace itself against your parts.
It's like the opposite of double tapered. It like tapers
right,
out,
yes. It's untapered in every way.
All right. Talking about things that you should probably only talk about on a podcast and not with real life people. Why not admit secrets to a podcast that a bunch of people listen to? So Anonymous from writes in, "Hey Bombers, I was told a few weeks ago that I was going to receive a promotion at my job. The problem is I was told I can't tell anyone about it until it's announced in another month, even my family. But I have to tell someone.
Family.
But I have to tell someone. So why not my favorite podcast? On that note, what is the most satisfying advancement in gaming? Is there a music cue, a change in title, a visual change, or a full-on cutscene that always gets you hyped? For me, it's unlocking the Hyper Beam in Super Metroid. Thanks for all you do, Anonymous."
Oh, sure, yeah.
I like in Vampire Survivors when you get both the things you're trying to get to the evolution, and then you get the evolution, and that really just kind of blows it wide open.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Gosh, but like both Prince of Persia: Lost Crown and Silk Song have been very good about like late game double jump unlocks.
Double jumps. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yep. Yeah.
That double jump. Wall jump's good too. Either one of those.
Anytime you get the rush jet in a Mega Man game.
Remember when we found out that Leisure Suit Larry had a wall jump and a double jump?
Yeah,
we'll see some more of that later today.
Oh,
Tuesday, Black Club Tuesday, today.
Yeah, let's see what else is in store for us in that game. And by us, I mean Mike.
Yes, Mike has to do it, yeah. Wait, does the thing still have the Quan Chi on it, by the way? The wig?
It does. Do you want me to clean it off or keep it on?
I don't know.
Well, I'll make a game time decision. I'll see how much of it's still on there. I'll make a game time
All right,
decision.
cool.
I'll
You
do
guys,
the right thing.
Have you guys bought mannequin heads for your wigs, or are they just kind of loosey goosey?
Oh,
they're
Might just,
I got a bunch of
they're
Al
flopping
Snow
all over the
mannequin
place.
heads. I got
Yeah.
a ton of Al Snow mannequin heads in my parents' old house. If anyone needs.
Backlar with the wrestling reference.
I
Nice.
just-
always bringing up wrestling.
I just thought I
Just
just
Al
went
Snow.
long on mannequin heads. I don't know why. At the time, it seemed like the right move. But I've
you
got
were
a surplus of
janitor.
them.
You were a janitor at the ECW arena, and you just stockpiled all of them.
Yeah, I
after
just
the
brought my
shows.
wheelbarrow and took out about 400 of them every night. So, yeah. Anyway, give me your shipping address.
All right. Andrew from New Jersey writes in, "Hey, members of the Large Explosive. Love you, wonderful people. Thought of this question on a beach. What's an element of popular or general culture you wish you knew more about to help with your perspectives, either on life or in gaming? Thanks for all you do, Andrew in New Jersey."
I'm in the middle of learning lots and lots more about old computers. That's just something I've been interested in. So I've been diving into that. I just listened to a whole audiobook about the original Macintosh, which was like, when like the first popular computer that had a graphical user interface. I've been thinking a lot about stuff like that and the Xerox Alto and the Apple II. And I want to go to like some old computer museum and get like my hands on things. I'm not gonna lie, I was on the Facebook marketplaces like looking up like super old 80s computers and kind of talking myself out of collecting those because boy, that's gonna take up a lot of space real fast.
Did you, Mike? Did you see that story recently about the MP944, the world's real first microprocessor that's just kind of getting revealed recently because the U.S. government had it and they kept it a secret because they put it in the F-14 and it was a secret for 30 years. And it was it was happening right around the time of the 4004, Intel's like first microprocessor. The one that really kicked things off, and everyone's like, "Well, we're going to use this for everything now." And apparently, the government like saw that and immediately was like, "We have our own, and we're going to make something that's like it was like 20 times more powerful or something like that." It was crazy. Where'd they report this? I saw this on Tom's Hardware.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun read.
Yes, it is absolutely. I hope there's like more and more discovered about this because I would love to learn more.
Who's Tom? I never knew who Tom from Tom's Hardware is.
I think he's the Facebook guy. He started a hardware
MySpace,
website. Or
you
I'm
mean?
sorry, MySpace guy. Thank you,
MySpace Tom?
MySpace guy. Yeah,
Whoa,
MySpace
really?
Tom. No, not really. I'm sorry. I
No,
lied to
hell
you.
no. I think MySpace Tom lives on like a remote island somewhere and still thinks he doesn't know about 9/11 or something.
Untainted.
That's amazing. Yeah. Oh, that's a great story. I'm gonna read this. Thanks.
I don't know. Whenever this question gets asked, I feel like this isn't directly answering this question. I just wish I spoke more languages. I don't know.
That'd
Japanese
be great.
would come in handy.
Yeah, like if you had 5 minutes in the Matrix machine, I feel like downloading the languages would be one of the first things you'd want to do.
Languages, yeah.
I want to be 100%
Macarena.
fluent in
I would be
Spanish,
so
yeah.
hot if I could speak Spanish.
Oh yeah.
You would be.
You confuse people though, right?
That's the purpose.
You'd confuse
of it,
the
too.
hell out of people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I need Spanish so bad. I need it. I need it right now. And I don't want to put in the work. I don't want to put in the work.
You got a problem there.
During the pre-show here, I was playing some music from Dispatch, and there's a moment where Flambe, one of the characters, does karaoke. And there were a couple people in chat legitimately wondering, is this Christian singing? Just
that's
because
funny.
there's a pronounced accent there with Flambe, just like our dear friend Christian. All right.
I disagree incredibly with everyone in chat saying Kung Fu is a must. I don't think the Matrix machine will make you be in shape.
No, but it teaches you just like,
You're gonna
right
pull
moves
something,
and
Yeah, you're gonna
Kung
fuck
Fu,
your
you
body up.
I think you'd be able to get in shape a little bit easier because you just like
Maybe.
understand your body better.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well,
maybe.
does your
Maybe.
your body doesn't count in the Matrix world though, right?
Yeah, but
but
you're
the
gonna,
knowledge,
Yeah.
The prompt was, Dan, it's like if you had 5 minutes in the Matrix. machine.
Right,
So you go
right.
in there for 5 minutes and that's all the time you have. So you're going to like make a quick roster of like, oh, here's the things I want to get. And then when you come out, you're back in this world and you have that stuff now.
You
so,
maintain
right.
it. And they've got like fiber there, so it downloads pretty quick.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
languages, like
How
language
fast?
packs would be easy,
Bowling.
Yeah, all the
Bowling?
languages, I guess, bowling?
I want to be real good at bowling.
They
Can I
wouldn't
increase
even
my
have
RAM?
that. They wouldn't even offer that. They wouldn't even be
Yes, they
like, no, they wouldn't. They'd be like, you sure you don't want archery? Because archery is way
You would
more
do that,
complicated.
and it would just be the rules of bowling. Like you would
Yeah.
just like, here's the rules of bowling. Here's how you
I'm
get a
afraid
turkey.
to say it because maybe this should be my big
Oh.
video game idea. Have they done the roguelike bowling game yet?
No.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Ooh, I like
Okay.
that.
Good job, Mike.
Go,
I
go
love the
on.
idea of Mike going into the Matrix and coming out, and he's like, I can score frames by hand now.
Well, yeah, like
Imagine if I was just like that guy who like
It comes
Just-
out.
bowling's
with,
just
like,
very
a
finite.
brace, too.
Yeah.
bowling is just very finite, Mike. Right? You could just get a 300 and that's it. So,
you
so
get multiple,
what?
you get all the 300s. You get more 300s than anyone else, and you can
See,
you be
but-
like that guy. Like who did you think you?
Who do you
are?
think you
I
are?
am.
I am.
I am.
So-
This is the
so
best
I
thing.
like-
Bog it.
I like the idea of like, oh, 300's cool, but what about 3 million? Like, yeah.
Or if
Sure.
I'm, the,
Bowling
I'm so
too.
good. I'm so good. I'm the first person to ever get a 301.
Okay.
But that's the thing is like I think you could download like martial arts because there are so many like knowledge things of just like, okay, if someone's coming at you like this, you do this to reverse it
Now-
or whatever. Bowling, it's just like you do need the physical aspect. Like just the knowledge is not going to help you at all. You got to know how to put the spin on the ball and all that stuff. you know?
Mikey, does this include your bowling download from the Matrix? Does this include like the ability to do trick shots?
I just anything with bowling ball and a lane and pins. I could just do it all. You can just call it one pin, right? Like somehow I am only going to clear the back middle pin.
Dude, can you imagine fucking Neo in that white space and he's just like, I want bowling. Like,
But
just
like instead of the guns, lots of guns. I need balls, lots of balls.
racks of pins and shoes and shit. And he's like,
Yeah.
are you
know,
sure, Neo?
I'm gonna
we
do
have
the fucking Fred Flintstone Twinkle Toes thing. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh
We have
man, that's hot.
all of humanity's knowledge, and you want bowling first? Yeah.
It'd be cool. I like
Humanity peaked with bowling. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Cheap,
I mean,
it's accessible.
I don't know. I guess if like sports were an option, basketball would be cool.
Again, it's not going to make you tall.
I know,
Like, it's
right?
just-
Nothing will.
What's the
bruv.
easiest?
I
What's the easiest
learned
thing you
to
could
live with this.
download? What's the easiest thing you could download in the Matrix world that when you get back you could get rich off of? Like, no doubt. You know.
Well, I mean,
Fuck.
if you
Just every
it
skill, every laborious skill ever.
maybe even not like yeah, if you became really,
knowing languages, coding, all.
I mean, if you
just
became the
wouldn't
world's best person at like designing microprocessors,
Yeah.
you would
But
be
could you download that off the Matrix world?
you could
Sure, I
download
guess.
all the information about. Yes, ideally, you're
I think
right.
you
Yeah.
can make good money bowling.
Now, I did look
No.
up bowling contest, and the PBA. Mike, you could join the Pro Bowlers Association.
My-
I don't know how much money is
Just-
involved with
Did
that,
I-
though.
did I
just
ever
love
tell
thinking
you-
small. You're gonna be so good at bowling that you are a transformative star, right?
Did I ever tell you my
The
dad was
Tiger Woods of
offered?
bowling. Yeah.
My dad was offered to be a pro bowler.
What?
No,
He
really?
said no.
And he was like, "Nah, I'm good." This is like in the 70s, and he's like, "No,
Oh,
I'm good."
The height of
God.
bowling, right?
Yeah,
I just-
seriously.
I just so want to see this Mike Minotti version of the Matrix where instead of the like karate fight in the geese with Morpheus, it's just Mike Minotti versus Morpheus bowling.
Oh my God, Mike! Can you figure out how to make bowling shirts and put them on the store? Those
Oh,
would
can
be
we
so
do
great.
bowling week? Can we do Tekken bowling? Oh
We
my
do
God, I
bowling
want
week, yeah.
bowling week
So
so
hard.
fucking bad.
Wait, we got a couple of obligated
Oh,
weeks.
I
but
know,
we
I
can-
know, but I love bowling. Fuck.
I like bowling too. We'll have to do a bowling week for sure. Don't
I'm
get
so
me wrong.
bad at bowling. This is another reason why I'm a disappointment to my parents.
Ah, I'll put bumpers up for you, buddy. It's okay. I mean, that could be one of your roguelike things you get bumped.
Oh, that's good. Ooh, I meant to talk about it. I'll talk about it more next week. Slots and Daggers. That's a very good roguelike slot machine game. All right. Let's see. One more email. This comes with a picture. If you all want to pull that up for y'all. This is just a little kind words. Hi, my little bombinos. I've been listening to this podcast for like 16 years, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. I do think Disney and Epcot are so cool, though. See attached photo. Congrats on Independence.
Oh, cool.
I am loving the show and the energy this crew brings. Speaking of going around the world, do you ever pair drinks or snacks with whatever media you were consuming? For instance, I would sometimes get soju to drink when streaming a Korean show with my wife. That makes sense.
My wife.
Thanks for making my commute and day better every day. I get to listen to y'all. Aaron from Warren, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you got it, bud.
There we
Yay,
go.
that's PA. Boy, it does my heart good to see a guy wearing a shirt with my face on it standing in front of the spaceship Earth in Epcot.
Now,
neat.
he also has like the sunglasses on and a backwards hat. Was that intentional?
He's rascaling.
He's rascaling hard. He's got the tuft even.
The fanny pack is a good addition too. I like that.
He's rascal bounding.
Whatever.
Yes, of course.
I going to those Alamo Drafthouse movie dinners where the just chef would prepare a meal, and then they would also work with like a local brewery to pair alcohol with the movie and the dinner. That ruled. I don't necessarily like to think about it, but ever since watching The Hateful Eight there and having like whiskey with that movie, it was like, yeah, that's the kind of thing I do enjoy, is kind of pairing up stuff like in that way.
I associate.
I like to.
Mike, go ahead.
I like to get pizza if I'm going to watch a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, yep, exactly. Yep, good call.
I associate Round Table Pizza with the One Up Show. Because I would, for whatever reason, I would often have Round Table Pizza when I would listen to the One Up Show.
That's cute. I like that.
Ooh, also, shouts out to Area 5 because they put me onto a local diner here in SF because we don't have that many. So anytime I would eat over Easy Eggs, I would think of them.
Aw.
We got Minotti on the Jets train.
Ooh, yeah. How was it?
God, it was really good. It was better than I was expecting. They're talking about so much. And they're saying words, and I know they explained what the words were to me at one point, but I hear the explanation once, and I only hear nonsense words like 8-corner crust and turbo crust or whatever all the time. Then, like, I see these things, I'm like, oh, I see why it's 8 corners now. And I'm so glad to have all those corners because they're the best part. So, yeah, it was really freaking good pizza. I'm kind of mad.
Really good.
Detroit style pizza, I tell you, it's up there.
Yeah, I might have to. Can I open a Jets pizza? Maybe.
I think that's why I
awesome.
like the Pizza Hut Crazy Puffs because they just got all the crispy corners all around them.
You mean the Little Caesars?
Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Were those the ones we were trying to talk to Jade Cargill about, Jan?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, she seems sold on it.
Oh, yeah. I bet you she's do it after each match.
She eats a
loading,
lot of Little Caesars, I'm sure. Yeah.
Little Caesars.
Yeah.
You look at that physique and then mine and Dan's. It's one and the same, really.
Yeah, guess which one eats a lot of Crazy Puffs?
You'll never guess.
No, guess which one doesn't.
You'll guess.
You'll guess. You'll get that.
And that does it for emails. Bombcast@giantbomb.com is the email. Just send your emails to. I love and appreciate all of you that send emails in. We get a lot more over the last couple weeks to months, so I am deeply appreciative. Apologies if your email doesn't get read on the show. I do try and forward them if you have kind words to say. And if you don't have kind words to say, I delete them and then I cry a little bit. Anyway, Mike Minotti, hit me with some super chats if we got them.
Sure. Warlocks Gaming here. Follow up to last week, I believe, when they told us that Tron Ares was the best Tron movie. It's back. It says, I swear I don't care about this, but I saw all 3 Tron movies in the last 2 months. Tron Ares is the best one. Does it bother me you guys don't agree? Let's see if I send again next week. Look, I actually kind of liked Tron Ares. It was not bad. It's still the worst of those 3. The Tron is a good movie. Tron Legacy is just kind of so visually interesting.
Yeah, it's what's his name? The Top Gun guy did that.
What's his name?
Joseph
I like
Kosinski.
Ares.
There we go.
I like Ares, but a best one, I don't know. Saskatchewan says, ever heard of tooth and eye surgery? It's wild. I sure haven't.
I don't want to.
Tooth and eye?
Tooth and
Sorry?
eye surgery.
Tooth in eye?
in eye.
I don't want to
Let me
know
see
what this is.
INI.
Tooth. Complex procedure to restore vision in patients with severe corneal damage or others have failed. Surgery involves extracting a tooth and planting a plastic lens into it and then attaching the tooth lens complex to the eye. So teeth are involved.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you got to put a tooth in an eye to get your vision back.
I probably
Bodies,
need that
huh?
at some point here. I'm getting every other tooth thing done. So
I think I have nightmares about eyes with teeth, so I don't need this. I want to keep this away from me.
Okay.
Michael McCarthy says, I need Mike's reaction to the final image of Death Stranding 2, winky face.
All right, get playing, Mike.
All right, I'll be right on that. I'll see you all in another 100 hours.
That's our endurance run.
Yeah, could be. Ali Miracle says, I have a Steam Deck Legion Go. remove Windows off the ladder, and it made the device run so much better. Windows bogged it down so much.
That's just the truth.
Then JD Camp says, Mikey, make Dan do the power line dance on UPF. I think Dan's not even going to be here. That's from the Goofy Moofy Dan. The power
I might
line
be
dance.
there. There's a decent chance I'll be here. We'll see.
Right.
We'll say 50-50.
Yeah, that's the perfect catch from the Goofy movie.
Is that the thing? I think I've seen Xavier Woods.
Yeah, I was
going to
say Xavier
Woods
has done it.
I think he's big on it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. If we listen
To each other's hearts. That's right.
Don't clap us, YouTube.
Coming soon to you, Xavier Woods, Mike Minotti, Janet Choa doing a cover of Tevin Campbell's Eye to Eye and Stand Out from the Goofy movie.
Oh, I got to stand out above the crowd, even if I got to shout out loud.
That movie gave me such unrealistic expectations of what high school would be.
I saw that as a kid, and the one thing I remember isn't it Pauly Shore's character does the eats the cheese whip, and I remember I relate to this character. Yes,
every time I meet someone named Stacy or see your wife Bacalar, I just think of what Pauly Shore's character says in the beginning, "Yo, Stacy." Wait, I don't think it's even Pauly Shore. It's just a random character. Anyway, thank you for the super chats. Boys, what do we got going on the rest of this week? We got a Tuesday Blight Club. So
yes,
an hour
we do.
After this wraps, Mike is heading to the Hollywood backlot for some back. Not going to finish that. Wednesday, a little bit lighter. I think it's just going to be the news. We might have a miscellaneous stream popping up. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Game S mornings, right, Grub?
That's right. Yep, I'll be back for all that. I'll probably get back on Dispatch before those as well. But those are kind of as I can. So, but that would be 9 a.m. Eastern on those days.
Speaking of as we can, this is the run is always as we can. We never squeeze it in, especially as these runs get longer. Might be taking days off here and there if we can squeeze it in. But yeah.
Yep. But they'll still be coming. They'll be coming fast and furious. Don't worry, everybody.
Oh, breaking news. Someone bought goat sauce. Goatsauce.org, I believe.
Okay. Oh. that's good. We are the Goat Sauce org. Sure.
The Goat org.
Great. This voicemail dump truck, we got another special guest. Lisa Wallen is joining us this week. Very funny, tall lady. Her comedy special is out on YouTube. If you want to get a preview of how Lisa's like, I suggest you go check that out. I'll go link that later as well. Friday, boys, we're going to get dancing because it looks like thanks to our friends at DQ Deals, we had the stipulation that the community, you, would vote on what game to play for UPF this week. It looks like it's Just Dance. Oh, I forgot. Speaking about our friends from DQ Deals, we'll be chatting about our games of the decade on Wednesday, right after Game S mornings. And then as well, I believe there is another thing. Oh, Thursday, after Voicemail Dump Truck, we're going to have ourselves a little Discord town hall for all of our premium members over there. Anything else I'm forgetting, boys, or anything else you want to shout out?
Just real quick, rest in peace in Russell Trail star Rebecca Heineman, who passed away from cancer at 62. That was the first winner of a video game tournament, basically in the United States. She won the Atari VCS Space Invaders National Championship and then went on to develop a lot of games. Was one of the co-founders of Interplay. She passed away this week. So, yeah, rest in peace.
Real trailblazer in the community and for representation. Gang.
Yep, a real one.
I believe that does it for this week's episode of the Giant Bombcast. We'll see you next week for another episode. Shouts out to DQ Deals once again. He's been Jeff, he's been Mike, he's been Dan, I've been Jan, and you at home, god dang, you.
Short week next week.
You're covered in the goat sauce. We'll see you next week. Bye. I love you. We'll play it again. Oh, the goat sauce. It's all over me.
Goat sauce gutters.
CGs. Double D's.